going on with the
It took 2
cartel
days to
in
get
Arizona and Michigan. And,
yeah, it's fine. You know what?
I was so happy when I saw Florida for Trump and all these other
getting
places.
better care there than they would at home.
But just remember, Dominion's headquarters is in
no, yeah. So that happened.
Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
And
that's
also, most people don't know that
Shocker.
Dominion is out of Serbia as well.
Did a little needle pointing
and
at the office.
When you,
Stress
and
relief. I'm working on a
play
pillow.
that
I almost
video
those,
by Gary Brunson,
diamond picture things today.
The 30-year
those are really stress relieving because I'm doing it with my Panthers jersey, but with like real rhinestones and bedazzling it.
And that's why this
and it is very therapeutic. I highly recommend.
All that's coming out.
It's
so
like with,
it leads all the way back to Venezuela.
It's like with my needlepoint. I'm like,
and then the corruption worldwide.
Now we know there was a second country that was more deeply involved in meddling into the election.
Like
the FBI in August 2020, so 3.5 months before the votes were cast that put Joe Biden in the presidency, that FBI believed that China had begun a mass operation to produce fake U.S. driver's licenses, move them to the United States, and have Chinese citizens here on our soil, both legally and illegally, go out and get fake mail-in.
I coined the twang for
the twang.
I coined the twang to legal leadership.
Oh, legal leadership.
Yes, because you obviously know the law, and you've got hundreds now. By the time you do hundreds of cases,
thousands probably.
All right, so that's not a question. But what's working for me and working for others? In fact, I was talking to one of your clients last Wednesday night at the Mom Hours. And specifically, he said, I love that term legal leadership because I needed somebody who could, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is where you want to get to. I know you want to get there. Here's the plan. This is how we're going to arrive at the destination you need to be. Because he needed that. We get so caught up in our own emotions. We make emotional decisions, and you can make things a lot worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that, and Dana, you two are so well matched in that regard because you have that skill. She is awesome.
He is really good. Really good.
I love both of these women, and I have for many years. But again, when it comes to the arena of family law, let's talk about some of the other services you offer at Duncan Tomlinson, including adoptions, blended families. The government likes to, when somebody's trying to do something good, they have all kinds of ways of sticking a leg out in front of you, make it difficult to happen.
There's a lot of red tape.
Adoption, so you can clear the field with that. I would not want to get in your way when you're working on behalf of somebody. And we did my will, but we may need to update parts of it.
Yes.
Finally going to write me in? Take that as a no.
I'm thinking that I'm going to leave you my bike bag. No, not my bike bag. I'm going to leave you my basket.
What?
Oh, the basket.
The little white flowered basket. You may as well have it back.
Okay.
Because I know you were the one that sent it.
We're gonna fix this today. My friend right here. It would be us two of anyone that you think did it. It was us two. But it was.
We didn't do it. We talked about this. It was not us.
It was not. I would be bragging to this day.
Think I might know who it is, but I'll tell you off air because I don't want to name drop.
I get some fundamentals.
I'll name drop one.
Male or female?
I think it was a male. Are you thinking who I'm thinking? I don't know. Maybe we're thinking the same person. I'll say it. I think it was Seth.
Oh, I think it was Rick Thompson.
I think it was Seth Spotlow. Because
really?
It was like a long time ago, and it was around the time that like Seth was up here a bit.
And we did talk.
And we talked a lot about the bike, but it wasn't me. I would own it. If I was going to get you anything, it would be those little light up pegs that go in the wheels, or like the spokes that you can ride on the back.
You would give me those?
Yeah.
You should put one of those things so he can flick a baseball card. Like
yeah.
Oh, you need to post it.
Or with a bell. Ding, 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 ding.
I thought that basket had a bell.
Does it have a bell?
No.
Man. That's what I'm envisioning in my mind. Like you biking around Arrowhead, being like, ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
But friends, when I bike around Arrowhead, let me just say this. I can do it with a clearer head because this woman is giving me the legal leadership I need.
You should sound like it, right?
Like, oh, no. Look, we're talking full service. It's personal. And it's what you need, because sometimes we're our own worst managers. So they taught me in rehab going back 40 years. Turn it over when the situation is overwhelming. Don't try to handle it yourself. Get help. That's Dated Elk, Jacqueline Tomlinson, Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law. The web address is the AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com or call 819-4810.
A representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
That was fun.
I know, and now I'm gonna leave because I have listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
Remy's going home to go swim at
Yeah,
her house.
Remy's gonna come hang out with Steven and Lola this afternoon, and it's way more fun for her than hanging out here.
Even though, Greg, we're looking at that bag right there. There's prizes in there just for Greg.
Oh, surprises!
Just for
Sweet
Greg.
treats. Some sweet treats.
Is that carrot cake?
But like Remy doesn't want to be here, and Lola
I did just
literally
give
ate
her a cookie.
linoleum.
Yeah,
So
she's
I'm
very
gonna
cool
go deal with that, and then we'll chat later. I'll call in later. You can Pamela will text me.
It's important. It's important.
Well,
you
Brand does not call in on Friday, so we have 5:10.
Just text me. I know how your life goes.
And the movie Maven is at 5:35 today.
It's got to be before that. I'm gonna be in the pool with them kids. I'm gonna be in the pool.
Splash party.
We're doing that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to.
I told you to let me know, and we'll make it happen.
I would.
As long as you tell me in the morning, I can have meatballs ready in the afternoon. They only take a few hours.
I'm not coming for the meat.
Don't lie to me.
All right.
All right, guys.
I will have other things to do.
Yeah.
Taking Remy. We're leaving. Come on, Remy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing the departure of one of the most amazing women I've known in my entire freaking life. And you all know from my lame ass stories, there's been a few. More than a few. Is that a white macadamia chocolate?
No. No.
You'd rather have M&M. I went with M&M.
Say bye to Mom.
Bye, Remy.
All right,
Bye, Remy.
guys. Come on, Remy, let's roll.
Want to go bowling soon?
Always.
But in the bag there, honestly, in the bag is a surprise for Greg Budell.
In this thing?
Yep.
I didn't bring anything to drink.
Hey, I'll tell you what,
If you want
Pamela, you want? I will treat for the
Starbucks.
thing.
Starbucks?
Yeah, if you want.
That's good.
You too. It would be my pleasure. 322. In fact, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to
Do you
need.
want your vanilla cream cold drink?
No, I'm not going to have anything. I've got coffee in I got my Yankee tumbler now that the Yankees finally won a game.
Did they finally win?
And the curse is broken. I can use this tumbler. Thank you, Mark Cumby, our great virtual producer. Yeah, he is a great guy. He is. So, but I got to get a card out of the car. So we have the bottom of the hour break coming up here.
Right.
And I just need to move a couple of things around. I'll get the news on from our buddy Scott Mosley. And we'll start with traffic and news. And then the afternoon will go where it goes. We'd like to have a little fun, if possible, on Friday.
Definitely. We need it.
Yeah, which means we take requests for some of our legendary bits. Oh, damn, somebody wanted the first baseball game this morning, and I didn't play it.
That's this afternoon, right?
Do it this afternoon. Just the person that requested it, if you're listening and not angry with me, call and let me know you're listening so we can play it.
And I'm going to play yesterday for the dog crowd.
That's the story.
He wants
Great
that
story.
today too.
The lame ass
All
story.
request Friday.
Yes, it is. It is. Request Friday, right?
It is. We take requests. Yes, absolutely. At 3:23, Skipper, you started with our first look at the roads for the afternoon drive.
Well, we understand we've had an accident on Northeast Boulevard. This is going to be up near the Harley Davidson shop. It was described as debris in the roadway, as though somebody might have dropped a piece of furniture there. Please use caution. Watch out for the slowdown while they get that cleaned up. Everywhere else, traffic flow is light to mostly moderate and building. Interstates, boulevards, Preble, Dublin, Wetumpka, not reporting any problems at the moment. McKenna Nissan, they've got 0% financing, up to 60 months on 2025 Pathfinders, Roads, and Monaros. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan. It's a 212 off I-65 in Jay Montgomery Skywatch Track.
to you by Mr. Electric. At Mr. Electric, they have the power to make things better.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News, these are today's top stories. 3 people have been arrested and charged with shooting into an attempted harm. Davion Stinson, Rocky O'Tillman, and Christopher George Jr. were arrested Thursday and charged with shooting into an occupied dwelling. The incident happened Tuesday night when multiple gunshots were fired into a South Shelby Street home. A fugitive wanted out of Illinois on a child sex charge has been arrested in Montgomery. 48-year-old James Thomas Mayer was being sought by law enforcement in Winnebago County, Illinois. Thursday afternoon, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office arrested Meyer but did not provide any specific details on the case. Montgomery Public Schools has announced that all students are eligible for free breakfast and lunch throughout the school year. Parents will not need to take any action to have meals provided for their children. The U.S. Department of Agriculture allows children to participate without having to pay a fee or submit an application. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Scott Mosley.
We're a customer service company that does electrical work. Landscape lighting, backyard lighting, you name it, multi wire we can. Peace of mind made easy. That's what you get with Mr. Electric.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
I'm Stephanie Ryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians, providing a warm welcome as part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. We can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
DC politicians want to enact harmful credit card mandates that can take away your cash back and rewards points. Perks that stretch your budget and make life a little easier. Using these benefits means less money for your family's everyday essentials like gas and groceries. The perks you rely on can disappear, leaving you with higher costs and fewer options. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match the mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a clean price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka.
If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Buddy, the risk of an evening shower or storm is not zero. We've got that nearly full moon out there tonight, and the overnight temperature down to about 72. Saturday and Sunday, relatively routine. High temperatures around 90. Spotty scattered random storms on Saturday, a little bit more numerous, I think, by Sunday afternoon as tropical moisture begins to move into the area. But all in all, a fairly routine August weekend forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Mills.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinions. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is our brand new approach to sports.
And now the male chauvinist pig sports report. Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. The calls will take a little longer because she'll have to ask her best friend what she thought. Yes, Major League Baseball's first female umpire is working this weekend. It's rare to see a woman behind a plate instead of serving me dinner on one. That's right, Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. All the tough calls will be easy because they'll all be a man's fault. This has been the Male Chauvinist Pig Sports Report.
We'll get to your calls whenever you make one at 272-9228. What we're going to do here, so we can have the kind of afternoon we want to have on this Friday, is I'm going to play the first baseball game ever. It's one of our classic bits. It was requested this morning. We didn't quite have time to play it.
It was Chad. He called and said,
Oh, Chad just called?
that's who wanted the baseball game.
This morning? Did he call this afternoon?
Yeah, not to get on, just to say it was me.
Oh!
I don't know if it was the same Chad.
Oh, Chad. There's only one Chad. No, yeah, there's only one Chad who can get this.
Oh, Chad.
From Jay Clement.
Yep.
So, if you've never heard it, it's certainly not intended to be sacrilegious or anything. It's just a pretty clever description of the first baseball game of the late Harry Carey, calling it from heaven. Enjoy it.
Big Harry Carey fan. I love it. I love Harry Carey, and I love, and I just, Harry, of course, did the first baseball game ever played. You guys are aware of that. Yeah, he was the only guy around at that time to do that game, and it was wonderful. I got an old tape of it and listened to it all the time. Hello, fans. This is Harry Carey. Welcome to today's game between the Bethlehem Braves and the Jerusalem Giants. Kind of a sparse crowd here today, as a plague of locusts has made it tough to get out to the ballpark. You can hear the vendors, hey, manna, get your manna. Who wants bread from heaven? It's hot. It's fresh. It just fell. Hot manna here. When our fathers, Hail Marys, can't get absolution without an act of contrition. Who wants a rosary here? Water. What? Wine. Who wants wine now? Peter looks into Jesus for the sign. Jesus gives him the sign. Holy cow! Peter denies it. He gives it to him again. He denies it again. Once more. That's 3 times, and Jesus is out to give Peter a sermon on the mound. Jesus, of course, the big hero in yesterday's game, came up in the bottom of the 9th with the Braves down 3-0 and hit a bases empty grand slam. Fans, we haven't had a miracle like that since we had fishes and loaves night here. I had a chance to talk with the Savior after the game, and this is what he had to say. When the ball was on the outside part of the play, I was not time to make contact. First of all, I want to thank my father for loading the bases. Muchas gracias, señor. And the Holy Ghost for bringing up the double play. Back to live action. Lazarus up to the plate now. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Lazarus up to the plate now. Here's the pitch. Oh no, he's hit. He's hurt. He's down. Holy cow, he's dead. But wait a minute. He gets back up. That's the 6th time this week. That kid can take one for the team. Abraham up to the plate now, probably up here to sacrifice. Infield drawn in for the Patriarch, and now there's some action in the Bethlehem bullpen. I can't quite make out the back of his rope. It is the big number 10, Moses, just called up from the burning bushwood. Already gaining a reputation for that lightning fast pickoff move, finding those runners that now shall not stay up. Give it over to Steve Stone.
Thank you, Harry. Fans, you want to be here this Tuesday night when the Braves meet the Cavalry Cubs. It's going to be Nabisco Communion and Wafer Day here at the ballpark. All fans 33 and under get a free Eucharist signed by the Sabres. Fans, Nabisco Communion and Wafers go down smooth. Won't stick to the roof of your mouth like those cheap imitation sacraments. Sure, they cost a little more, but when it comes to your eternal salvation, isn't it worth that extra buck in the collection plate? Remember, fans, the next time you go to the rail for that body of blood, ask for the host of the most, ask for Nabisco.
Thanks, Steve. Here's some scores now from around the league. A big upset. David 1, Goliath nothing. Ends a long win streak for the big guy. Oh no, Job is on the 15-day disabled list with a bad case of leprosy. Pulled a hamstring. Pulled it right off. The Angels have set Lucifer down. That's a shame. When that fellow was in his prime, he could throw some heat. This year his earned run average is ballooned to a hefty 6. Good
stuff. Good stuff. And we have bunches more. Wait a minute. What did I just see here? Somebody just passed away.
That's right.
Oh. Jim Lovell.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you about the guy left behind from the moon landing?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I definitely cracked up because my mind went the same way when we first started talking about it. Oh, it was so funny.
Not everybody shares our opinion on that, which upset.
Oh, I know.
Which just cracks me up.
Oh, CNN is having a hissy fit because they're investigating the crooked Letitia James.
Yes.
What goes around comes around, bitch.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you perp walk. It sure looks to me, from what I've read, that you may have committed a crime, and you know what it is? No one's above the law.
Sure looks that way.
God, these people make me sick, Eddie.
What kills me is when I read things like now that Trump's in power, he's coming after all these people. That's what let's be honest, that's what politicians do. When they get in power,
that's all they did to Donald Trump.
Right, the entire time.
And it was all, half of it was made up and the rest of it was bogus. I mean, he was the one that went after him on that loan, claiming he overstated his worth to get a loan. He paid the loan off.
Right. And everybody
Who's
knows
the
what
victim?
joke that is. Yep. So I don't have a problem.
Such garbage.
Go after him.
I think I saw that either yesterday or today is the 3-year anniversary of the raid on Maryland.
Yes. I think it was,
Okay, yeah.
Today or yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah, because it was 21, right? Mm-hmm. And I will never forget that afternoon because my blood ran cold when that story broke. But these are real serious MFers with this garbage.
No doubt. But something that blows me away, and I guess it shouldn't, it's just the hypocrisy of the whole thing. You know, we all saw Trump get arrested. We all saw him get booked. We all saw his photos. But just the mere thought of Obama being arrested has set these people on fire. As if the precedent has not been set before.
He's the main reason their party is in the
no doubt.
deep hole it is.
Even Carville came out and said, once we get power back, we got to change the party.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get power back.
Miles.
Yes. The only thing they have playing in their favor now at this point for anything in the future is the Republicans' incredible ability to screw it up.
Yep. Get in their own way, Greg. Yes.
And their inability to tell why it's better to have Republicans running things, why it's better for everybody, Donald Trump, law and order. What's wrong with these things? Are these such foreign concepts to people? It's like Steve Miller said at the beginning of the show. None of those damn reporters. They're always, what about the right? Okay. He looked him in the eye and said, none of you would live in a building with the Agua people bullying and intimidating.
Right.
Actually, I will say the other day, Pamela and I even texted her and said, "Hey, you're all blurry." I said, "You're all blurry, but Greg looks incredibly good today." It's like they took the power from her camera and put it extra in yours.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then Master Thesby was in here and he wasn't as blurry. It was very strange.
How many tabs are open on the browser over there?
No more than 80.
I would say 75 or less.
No, I've got, I just posted the story on Jim Lovell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Should I close one?
I don't know.
Joey
said the number of tabs with any video or pictures loading will slow it down.
Okay.
Appeals court removed Judge Bo Asberg's contempt order in the Trump administration case. He gets overruled again. Yet, if for some reason he ends up with another one of these cases,
he's going to rule the same way.
Rule the same way.
In fact, I think he made the statement of, "I don't care how the Supreme Court's going to rule." So, you're saying you're above the Supreme Court now?
He looks like a candidate for Prick of the Year with that face.
Yeah. Did you see he took Trump removed the IRS head of the IRS that he had installed?
You know, let's go back a little bit in time to someone named Lois Lerner.
Ooh.
When the IRS was openly dragging its feet on 501c3 applications for anything conservative. We're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking like Mitt Romney.
It was anything.
Anything Republican was slowed down and challenged. And the Tea Party in Wetumpka was one of the bigger victims in that. And I think we need to find the accountability going back to that extent. Every branch that was abused needs to be held accountable, and the people need to go to jail.
I agree.
And the biggest one, and I think the most important one, is January 6th. That has to be taken apart publicly.
Yes.
And people need to know that even that was another game conceived by Nancy Pelosi and all the others. All right, here's what we're going to do to trip him up. First of all, they were all jealous of the fact that he could get that many people to the Capitol to protest. We can't have that. We can't have somebody that popular. That apparently his words, protest peacefully, meant nothing. Oh, and by the way, how about a nice capital murder charge for the cop that shot Ashley Babbitt today? You know, they did get around to giving that the woman's family several $1 million.
Trump did that exclusively, didn't he?
No, that was done. That was appropriated.
Really?
Yeah. But the cop that did it got promoted because he was a Democrat. Shot her in the back. Can you tell me under any circumstances why any protester should be shot in the back?
That's how he got the job. He was just a normal everyday beat cop until he left his gun in the toilet, literally on the back of the toilet. Instead of punishing him, they promoted him.
Yeah.
That's how he got the
That's
job.
how, and that's why Trump needs to take over DC. It's going to be very busy. There's still so much to go.
I hope it happens here, man. I hope when Tommy Tuberville comes here, he realizes, hey, you know, Montgomery could choose a little bit more law enforcement, a little bit more law.
I'm going to apply for a job with his administration.
No one can apply for him. They can get bonuses and everything. It's
I
50 grand.
don't know that I'm the kind of, unless ICE has a bike detail.
50 grand, Greg. We could do a no-show job. Get paid 50 grand.
I don't think it's going to work that way anymore.
You think so? Those days are over?
I think those days are over. I think if you're going to get a government job, you're probably going to be expected to provide some work.
What the crap is that?
I know. I'm sure there are people all over the country that are suddenly grousing because I didn't have to come to the office. I didn't have to turn in papers. It's all changing.
Yep.
And it can't change fast enough for me. We are at 3:46, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. And have you tried the over-the-counter products for your foot pain and nothing seems to work? If that's you, it's time to check out the Good Feet Store. Stop the pain that's stopping you. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today, or just stop by the store nearest you.
If you have real problems with your business exposure, inherited a property, or have constant repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Home Buyers a call today, 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed of the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama values.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
You know, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I completely forgot to put something there to play. And was there something? Yeah. Was there something that has been requested that we have not played yet?
Your story, the dog frog.
The dog frog.
Oh, the dog frog. I'm gonna need a little encouragement. I need to come with other people to say I'd like to hear the dog frog.
You want to go outside and call him? I can call from here in the studio. Is that okay?
What's happening in your pile? What's the fun?
Oh, the pile?
The frivolous.
Hey, that's about the smallest I've seen the pile in quite some time.
Yeah, I've been. Did you hear about the mayonnaise wedding?
No.
What?
Yeah. This is a couple. Hellman's had a contest.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to have to sign in here, which will probably screw this thing up even more.
No.
Sorry.
Whose top is this?
Heather Sharing and Nick Phillips had an interesting wedding ceremony because they were actually married by a big tub of mayonnaise.
What?
Yeah, it was a contest with Hellman's.
Okay.
And they offered, stand in a dip, big mayonnaise promotion. And then they took.
We're having an open bar of mayonnaise.
Right. They took their vows. But I don't know what it is.
Share it. Yeah, this time of year.
Yeah. I'm gonna close something. Thank you. I'm gonna close something else.
And then share it.
That would be fine. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Now
You're pretty good at this, Greg. You're getting good. You're getting a lot better, I'm telling you.
see, this is why I gotta give up Fridays. I should be much faster than this.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to spread the love. May your bond be thick, rich, and never separate under pressure. Let us break bread, and may you sandwich your differences and always dress each other with love. You both clearly have a wry sense of humor. Now, by the power vested in this giant tub of mayo, I pronounce you the ultimate combo meal. You may now lick the spoon.
And there's a picture of the happy couple with the giant jar of Hellmann's.
Yeah, okay. They kind of look like people that would get married in minis.
If I had to do it again, I'd like a Miracle Whip wedding.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
Crawdad's back. Yes, sir.
He's trying to encourage you to tell your story.
But he requested it. I need other people to call and request it.
Maybe he's rallying the troops. This is his cry.
It finally, Miracle Whip, double on Andre also. It finally dawned on me, goodness gracious. Miracle Whip, no. Okay. Yes, sirree. I would love to hear the Dog Frog story, please.
I really enjoy that one too.
I do too. Because it's one of those moments where Greg kind of exposed himself. He was you kind of were vulnerable, to say the least, with fear.
Well, you're always vulnerable when you expose yourself. That's kind of
just a mindset.
Yes, that's not where I was going. But
the Dog Frog story actually begins in Chicago, because in the almost 7 years I was there, frustrating myself not quite getting the radio opportunity I wanted.
Yeah.
I was working in some pretty fancy places: Stone Container Building, Merchandise Mart, NBC, McClurg Court for CBS. And I was used to the downtown environment, but I wasn't getting the opportunity to become somebody that I thought I could make work, but maybe I didn't quite deserve yet.
But you were eager.
But it got to the point where my last job was with an urban disco combo and a Heritage Black AM station.
Okay.
And it was a good gig, but our rule on that station was you had 10 seconds to talk at the end of a song.
That's it.
And the radio station's name was Studio 107, WGCI.
It's kind of a cool name.
And you were supposed to do it in kind of like a Barry White voice.
Yeah.
Or a very white voice. So by the time you got Studio 107 WGCI, you maybe had time to give the title of the song and the artist who did it and squeeze in a time check and a temperature, and that's it. You talk more than 10 seconds today. That's not fun. You know, you may make a nice salary for doing that, but that's not fun. That's not how you become somebody.
Right.
So I had, in February of 79, decided that I'll go somewhere else. I'm giving into the system, because the system works like this. The guys who make the hiring decisions in Chicago have all come from outside the market, which was dumb in the first place, because they don't know the city. They think the city ends at Michigan Avenue. They know nothing about what really makes Chicago work. But whatever, this is the way it is. So I started looking into jobs. I heard about one in Fort Lauderdale. I didn't realize Florida was so far away from Chicago. For some reason, I thought it was like 600 miles.
A couple states away.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm driving and where is it?
Where does it end?
Where's Florida?
So I offered the gig. It's $160 a week. I negotiated it to $180.
Ooh, good for you.
But part of the excitement was, I heard this after I got you get paid in sunshine.
That's
Nobody's
right.
ever going to make any money in South Florida, but you got the climate, the beach,
the ladies.
Except I'm in West Palm Beach. I stop at the Turnpike and I call the guy that's hired me to tell him where I'm at and how close I am. He says, okay. And he had a weird voice. You get about an hour.
You're like, oh my God.
So where do I go when I exit the Turnpike? The Turnpike is kind of far. It's several miles inland from the beach, and it's further inland from Interstate 95. So he gives me these directions. Said, and then when you exit, you go west. And I'm thinking, go west? That's not towards the beach. I don't want to go west. Where am I going? But I followed his instructions. That was before Florida was fully built out.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of the area west of the Florida Turnpike was just
nothing,
undeveloped.
Right? Yep.
Yeah. So I follow these instructions and I find myself turning left onto Rock Island Road. And I noticed the road kind of parallels the turnpike. So I'm continuing to go south. And I don't see any buildings. You know, I'm following the route. I don't see any buildings. Then finally, in the evening gloam, I see this glorified outhouse. Actually, it wasn't 2 stories. It had a first story and then half a second story. So I pull into the parking lot. And the first thing I see is the gigantic rump of some beast I didn't recognize lurking in between the cars that were parked out there. That gave me a start.
Yeah.
But at least, all right, I'm here. Okay. I'm ready to begin my new adventure. You walked to the back of the building to go to the second level because there was an L-shaped staircase. You go halfway up one way, then make a left turn. You go up and finish and walk across the roof to the door to his office.
Oh, boy.
So City Slicker parks the Corvette.
What color?
White with a dirty butt.
We got you.
That's another story. That's the painted Corvette story. Just as I'm getting halfway up, and halfway up a stairwell like that, there's a landing. It's a little wide square. And there in the corner of the square, at first I thought somebody had left a key lime pie on the ground. There's this circular green thing, and upon closer inspection, it was a frog. Now, frogs in general don't bother me.
Right.
They rarely attack.
Pretty docile.
This one did. If I had to name the frog today, I would have called him Soprano.
Really?
Yeah, because he was huge. He had little beady eyes. And this thing is about the size of a dog. A very flat and a very green dog, but nonetheless. What does a dog frog sound like, when it barks? So now I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So I turn my back against the stairwell and I'm shimmying up, sidestepping up the stairs, never taking my eyes off of this beast. Because he's like, go ahead. And my
He's giving you the side eye.
I'm going to leap out of my corner here and I'm going to push you back down the stairs and you'll be dead. You won't work a day in Fort Lauderdale because I'm going to kill you. And this took about 10 minutes. It's already late. It's like 11 o'clock. This guy's probably, what is it with this dude? He can't get here. And that from that point forward, I knew, part 2, I don't know if it was this in particular frog, but if he could get halfway up the stairs, I figured he'd get all the way up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right?
How do you get to the halfway point?
It was like a flying saucer that could, launch himself to wherever he wanted to go. And this place was an absolute nightmare. So one day, everything was automated. We had no on and off switch on the mic. Your time on the mic was dictated by a computer. I mean, it was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And it's in this dump of a building on the edge of a golf course, the Jackie Gleason Inverary Country Club.
Yeah.
So one morning, I'm on the air and I'm still getting used to this place. I was playing Disco Inferno by the Trams. Disco Inferno.
Oh, no.
It stops dead. I'm pressing buttons. Music's over. The engineer is there. I don't know what happened. It just slowly came to a grinding stop. So he's, there's all these carousels with all these tape cartridges to play the song, and the computer tells him which one comes up next. About 40 minutes of dead air, right? I'm just hanging around. The engineer indicates he has figured out the problem. He removes, it was like taking the guts out of a torpedo. He removes the cylinder that carried the carts.
Mm-hmm.
And there in the back of the cylinder is a ground up dog frog.
Really?
It got upstairs, somehow decided, here's a great place to have babies.
Yeah.
Right at the back of this tape machine. So we were off the air, I'd say about 2.5 hours till my show was over. I never said another thing on the air that morning. And while the engineer used Q-tips and things to
cleaning all that up,
take the frog guts out of
Yeah.
the tape. And eventually it worked. Yeah, I'd never seen that before, and I haven't seen it since.
Wow. Okay, do you remember the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
No, I know of it, but I never saw it.
The radio station that you described.
I couldn't put myself through 2 hours of George Clooney.
The radio station that you described sounds just like the radio station that they go to. I mean, exactly like it.
It's probably better, probably more modern.
I'm telling you, man, it sounds a lot like where you were going.
That's the same story. In fact, I told this story to the kids at AUM.
Yeah.
About what are some of your more memorable stories. That's the same station where the general manager came up to me, and I'm already drinking. I'm depressed. Comes up to me in the hallway and says, "Hey." Yeah, and he had a pinstripe suit on, bad teeth, gray hair, total mob.
Mm-hmm.
Figured he was total mob.
Yes.
And he reaches into his jacket pocket and he pulls out 2 watch boxes, which I think he may have shoplifted from somewhere. I got a couple of great watches for you to give away on your show. Come up with a contest and give these away. This is the entirety of my spring promotion budget for that rating period. In those days, before we had one central call line, the way Bell had it set up to rip everybody off was that every half a county had its own number.
Yeah.
It was long distance to call from Miami to Fort Lauderdale and vice versa.
Long distance, yeah.
And this station, I say one thing, had a big signal. No listeners, but a big signal. So I come up with a backward song contest. The first song I did was What a Fool Believes. I played it backwards on the turntable. Okay, if you're in South Dade, call blah, 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 blah. If you're in North Dade, call blah, 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 blah. South Broward, blah, blah, blah. North Broward, blah, blah, blah. South Palm Beach, blah, blah, blah. North Palm Beach, blah, blah, blah. 6 contest numbers. They're all different. They're all different. And if you're the 10th caller to give me the title of that song, you'll win this great, looking at the brand, watch. So I'm sitting there. I go on to the next song. We'll have a winner right after this.
Okay.
I go to the next song, and I'm looking at the telephone, and no lines are ringing. None. There's like with a minute left in the song.
Oh.
The South Dade County line, the furthest one away, starts ringing. And I thought I wanted 10, caller 10. Well, I had to pretend there had already been. So punch the button down. You're caller 10. What was the name of that song? What a Fool Believes. You are correct, sir. You won this checking brand watch that comes in its own box. And then I had to tell them now all you got to do is drive 40 miles to the radio station and pick it up. It was just so disheartening. One call.
Yep.
For a watch, not a crap prize. So now half of my promotional budget's shot, but I'm going to stick with the same contest. I think the next day it was Freak Out by Chic. Les Freak?
Yep. That Freak.
Okay, because we played the disco.
Yep.
I play it backwards. I give out all 6 numbers: South Dade, North Dade, South Broward, North Broward, South Palm Beach, North Palm Beach. I lowered my expectations. I'll take the 5th caller with the correct answer. I start the next song. The phones are not ringing.
Oh, boy.
Until about a minute left in the song I had on the air. And the only line ringing was the South Dade line. You're caller 5. Who am I speaking with? Blah, blah, blah. The name sounded familiar. I said, what's the name of the song? That was Les Freak. And congratulations. As I'm taking the information, It's the same guy.
Say, at what point did you realize it's the same guy?
That's when I knew it was never going to work there.
Yep.
And when you're trying to get something going, build some momentum, and you have one caller, and he wins both of your watches, one for each wrist.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe he had a father-in-law he could give it to.
Or I hope he sold one of them on the street for a few bucks.
Oh, I get it. It can be that way at open houses where you do all this stuff to get an open house going, and the only person that shows up is a neighbor, and that's because they wanted to see the inside of the house.
You know, when it finally came to an end, I mentioned that, you know, in those days we only did a morning show. It was
really?
over. So I would responsibly handle my time by getting smashed to the gills. The second time, not the first time, the second time I missed an entire show because I was passed out on my living room floor. Eddie, in one of those old houses with the carpet pattern that was 3D.
Oh, yeah.
I wake up.
I love those still.
My head is, I'm nauseous. I can barely slosh water over my face. And in my cheeks, my facial cheeks, I can see the pattern of the carpeting embedded.
Yeah.
And then I look at the time. It's 10:15. I'm only 4 hours and 15 minutes late at this point. So I knew I was going to have to call the boss. And, hey, man, I'm really sorry. And he says, well, you need to come in here. We need to have a conversation. So hungover, I got dressed. I drove over there, and he says, we got to let you go. We just can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. But at this point, I'm there about 2 months. I haven't accomplished anything on the big career dream.
Right.
God, I feel like going home and jumping in the tub with my hair dryer, get it over with. And he said, well, that would be a terrible waste of a hair dryer.
Aw.
He's helping you out, buddy.
However, the next day, and I've become friends with Kathleen, who totally understood my angst because Kathleen also had come and worked in Chicago, and she had the shift before mine. She was the one who had to fill in whenever I was 4 hours late.
Yeah.
But she understood it. She understood it. She said, but you can't go back to Chicago. She puts the yellow pages in my lap, opens it to radio stations and broadcasting companies, and says, start dialing. I didn't even know anybody. I only had like 2 stations. I go down the list, WWWL, Miami Beach. Well, let's start there. I call WWWL. Hi, can I speak to the program director? Okay, please hold. Rick Peters. I said, hey, man, I'm a little embarrassed. I said, I came down here after 7 years in Chicago looking for a shot. And I've been at K1, and it was just such a disaster there. No excuses, but, he said, well, I need weekend help. So bring me a tape, and we'll train you Wednesday and put you on there this coming weekend. So I drove down there with my tape. He listened to one break. That was the last time anybody listened to a break on tape.
Really?
Puts me on Saturday afternoon from 2 to 7 and Sunday from 2 to 7. Didn't hear anything on Saturday. Sunday, he blows into the studio and says, you're good. I'm going to fire the morning man and give you his gig. And all of a sudden,
to make you feel better.
And that station, Love 94, had an audience. So thank God for Kathleen.
What was the big reason you think the other station couldn't get it going? You said they had a great signal.
Oh, huge.
It just wasn't.
It was just, as Joey would say, the nincompoopery owns radio stations.
Yep.
And that was theirs. It was just, take my word for it. Yes, I sure I screwed up, but it was not what I thought it was going to be. I did get a free month. I did get a free month at a beach hotel,
that's all right.
the Hilton.
Ooh,
and I did get to DJ in the disco.
That's cool.
That they had, make an extra $50 for 6 hours of 18-minute Donna Summer songs. But man, I'm so glad that Kathleen did that. If she did, my whole life would be different.
Oh, completely different. I'm glad you had her in your life, man.
And that, my friends, is the dog. Frog. Ty, I did tell the story for the love of God. Am I getting complaints here from people that didn't want to hear this? Let's
So
see.
your story about that reminded me when you said that it was like sitting in the corner and it was gigantic and it looked like it could crawl, across and launch at you and everything.
Yes.
I watched a really hilariously creepy 80s horror movie last night called Basket Case. And it's about these Siamese twins who have been were disconnected in their childhood, and one of them is like severely deformed, and the other brother is normal appearing, and he carries around his little blob brother in a basket, and they enact their revenge on the doctors who cut them apart.
Oh my gosh.
It is crazy. But the
You got to bring this up with Ellen.
Yeah. This is crazy.
The blob brother gets carried in this basket and he comes out, and attacks the doctors and random people and stuff like that. But the frog story reminded me of it because there are scenes where he's just a blob, like on the floor or like crawling up a wall and stuff. And that's crazy. 80s horror movies
they were
are
some of the
top
best.
tier.
Yes.
Because
some of them are so
original
stupid.
ideas, they don't exist anymore.
no.
People don't come up with this stuff now.
Blair Witch. You remember when Blair Witch came
Yes.
out, how it affected everybody?
Okay, so I follow like a bunch of scary movies are like one of my things. I've always liked them.
Yeah.
And the older ones are better. And it's coming up on like Halloween time.
Yep,
So
yep.
all these pages that I follow are putting out like scary
primed up.
movies and lists and all that kind of stuff. And Blair Witch was just one that popped up the other day because those like first person view movies they don't do anymore. And that was like the first big one. And I was like, I've got to watch that again.
I remember, I think I forget where I worked there, but I remember all of us talking. And a friend of mine, he'd come in. He's like, "Man, I saw this movie this weekend. People were leaving the theater, and it's a real story, and this, that, and the other." I'm like, "What?"
Yes.
And then when I saw it, which I didn't ever go to the theater, I think I saw it on HBO or whatever. I thought, "This is a joke."
Yeah.
It's clearly a joke, but
But remember the snot bubble scene?
Yep.
Yes.
That's
that
what
is,
I mean.
like,
It really
stuck
grabbed
in our
people.
brains.
Yep. That's fear.
Wow, it's 4:11 already.
Yeah.
We bring you the world.
Yes, we do.
And with a little touch of Nat Geo this afternoon, or the Discovery Channel, I guess the frog story belongs to. Yeah, it was a very inauspicious debut down there. Nothing that there weren't immediate indications. Wow, this guy, watch out for him.
Let me ask you this. If it had been a more modern day where you had a cell phone, would you have taken a picture of that frog?
Oh,
and
yeah.
said, "Everybody, look at this." Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What I figured.
Now, was it like one of those lime green
Like a bullfrog type
frogs,
deal?
or was it like?
We had listeners send pictures trying to identify this species.
Oh, yeah. Somebody did the last time we talked about it.
Yeah. And it was mostly round.
Yeah.
A limey green with black spots, but dark eyes. I swear to God, Tony Soprano had a friendlier disposition with eye contact than this frog did.
You know what it is that unsettles you so much? It's how unpredictable they are.
Yeah. You don't know. You have no
It's
idea
like
what
you
it'll
don't
do.
know
Yep.
if they're going to jump and when. And that's what it is that makes us so uncomfortable around creatures
True.
like that.
Very true.
It's like, hey, little froggy.
It's not that they're like big and scary looking or they have claws and they're mean. It's just unpredictable.
It's just like the La Cucarachas you see on the wall.
Right.
Because here, you know, they will fly onto you.
Right.
Yes.
They can't hurt you.
No, but they can freak you out and make you crap your
Please
pants.
don't launch yourself from the step at me. And then and then Greg goes tumbling down the stairs. And
Was
he
it those
croaks.
metal stairs with like the grooved grates in them?
Oh,
too?
yeah. So it leaves some nice whale
would
marks
eat
on
you
you as you're
up.
going down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They found him at the bottom of the stairs, partially eaten.
I will give
A chubby frog was hopping off.
I'll give Jay credit. That time you had to get brought down from the stairs upstairs, no one threw you down the stairs. They didn't give up. They kept you on the stretcher and
No, it wasn't a stretcher. It was a
2x4.
board.
What happened? Did you hurt your back?
That's another lame ass story.
Get him to tell it one day because it's a really, really good one. It really is. It covers all Greg's emotions.
Oh,
Yes, it's really good.
Yeah.
you hurt your back? So you had to
January
be carried
20th,
down flat?
2006. No, I had a back surgery January 6th, 2006. This almost ended my tenure here.
Yep.
because I was just getting started, really, but I liked it. And I didn't see any dog frogs as omens. I had a spinal fusion. So I can't start this now.
Just get him to, I'm telling you, get him to let's
Okay.
do it one day. It's one that just you get wrapped up in. And then because you know everything here, you're like, oh, I can see that. Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
I know there's people out there that are looking for vehicles, something they would love to drive, maybe something with a touch of class, some elegance, all the features. How about an Infinity? I can't afford an Infinity, but you can at Jack Ingram Signature Used Cars. So you got a 2013 Infinity G37 sedan with everything at $99.99. Now, they've got photos, videos of the vehicle. You could take a tour. There's so many things you can do. If you have a trade-in, you can get the approximate value on that. Even get a payment, do a little calculation, and see if that doesn't fit. And then if all the pieces fall into place, go over and test drive it and buy it. But by credit, never mind your credit. They take all credit scores at Jack Ingram Signature Used Cars. They will find a lender for you. They've got more than 25 lined up, ready to help people get back on the road, driving something they'll really enjoy. If you're looking for something large, maybe for the school pickup line, maybe for business, 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $59.99. That is
That's a heck of a deal on that Jeep, man.
Yes, it is. $59.99. And there are more. You can shop and spend as much as you want. I'm just giving you the highlight, Reed, who are shopping on a tight budget. Explore them all at Jack Ingram Signature Used Cars, where quality meets affordability, and they go to extraordinary lengths to make sure they're not reselling somebody else's troubles. Start at JackIngramSignatureUsedCars.com. Here's Skip with the latest on the roads, 415.
Well, most of our earlier accidents have cleared. We do have a new one reported now. Highway 14 at Fire Tower Road in Wetumpka. They're calling that one a moderate crash. Please watch out for emergency vehicles there. Everywhere else, we're busy. Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Buckle up, drive carefully. We'll keep you updated. At McKinnon Toyota, special financing on Tundras as low as 3.9% up to 72 months. They got a great selection. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
The Tierce family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
This is not headline news. America's most stolen car is the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. And America's most laughed at car is still the Cybertruck. Jennifer Lopez says she's done with marriage. Ben there, done that. Mark there, done that. Chris there, done that. Chapel Roan says it will take 5 years for her to complete her new album and her face makeup. And a gambler hit 389 jackpots in one day at a Florida casino. Before you call him lucky, remember, he spent all day at a Florida casino. This is not headline news.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A split appeals panel is tossing out a judge's contempt finding against President Trump's administration in a case over deportations to an El Salvador prison. Israel says it plans to take over Gaza City. The decision to escalate its 22-month-old war with Hamas drew a dismissal from that terrorist group. President Trump convening a peace summit at the White House with the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan. The meeting is meant to end decades of conflict and help reopen key transportation corridors across the region that have been shut down since the early 1990s. On Wall Street, stocks finished higher. The Dow was up 207 points. The Nasdaq gained 207 also. The S&P 500 adding 49 points. This is SRN News.
Understanding Scripture is essential, and that's why we love the New Living Translation. The NLT is faithful to the original text while using clear, natural language that makes it easier to engage with God's Word. It's ideal for personal study, teaching, or reading aloud. Crafted with both accuracy and readability in mind. Whether you're working through a tough passage or reading devotionally, the NLT brings Scripture to life. If you're seeking a Bible that's accurate, understandable, and audibly enjoyable, check out the New Living Translation at newlivingtranslation.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillip Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillip Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Oh, hi, everybody. The risk of an evening shower or storm is not zero, but relatively small. We've got that nearly full moon out there tonight, and the overnight low temperature down to about 72. Saturday and Sunday, relatively routine. High temperatures around 90. Spotty, scattered random storms on Saturday. A little bit more numerous, I think, by Sunday afternoon as tropical moisture begins to move into the area. But all in all, a fairly routine August weekend forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Happy International Cat Day. We created a cat translation machine to see how cats feel about their big day. So, how is it? He says, Happy International Cat Day.
All right. I'd especially like to wish that to Calliope and Willow and what other cats do I know?
Jesco, my cat.
Jesco.
Bobby, my cat, and little Joe Exotic, my other cat.
And all cats who tune this show on a regular. You know, one of the funniest things way back when Susan was with us for the first time, we started getting calls, especially from guys who had big old hound dogs in their car.
Yeah.
And when they were listening to the show and they heard the dogs would get agitated, start barking, looking around. Where is it? Where is it?
Right.
Didn't understand it was coming out of the radio.
You remember you used to have your phone alert was on for years. So if you ever got an alert during here, we would hear it. Couldn't tell you, even though I knew it was your phone, how many times I'd be driving and I would reach for my phone because it was the same alarm that I had.
Yeah, great memories. So it's International Cat Day, and we're going to do something called a stand-up standoff right now, brought to you by Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing.
Right.
I have two stand-up comedians here who are going to do a bit on cats.
Okay.
One is Nick Kroll. The other is Tom Papa. We'll see who's funniest. All right. There's no right or wrong here. It's a group decision.
Okay.
And we'll do Nick Kroll
Let's get to it, guys. Dogs versus cats. Dogs versus cats. Which is it? Dogs or cats? All right, who said cats? Okay, you're wrong. Okay. Cats are the worst. Cats are the worst. They are the worst. Give it up. Yes. Thank you. I will take it. They are the worst. They're so ungrateful. They're terrible. They're cold and indifferent, which ironically is what I hate in cats, is what I love about women. I don't like being around them. I feel like they're just not like a cat. Like a dog will bring you a newspaper, right? A cat will be like, oh, I thought you wanted me to bring you a decapitated rat carcass.
Right. That's the one thing, cats that do that. I know they do it with love in their hearts.
Yeah, they're like, you're such a weak human.
That's why I don't have a cat door, because the things that our cats would bring in, we can't allow that.
Yeah.
Because they won't always be dead either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, when I was a paper boy, back then we had to go door to door to collect.
I remember
no
that.
credit cards and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm at Mrs. Presbytero's house.
Okay.
I'm about 12, and she only got the paper on Sundays. So the whole transaction was all of a quarter. Okay. But I got 3 cents from that. So
Yeah, there you go.
So Mrs. Presbytero came to the door, and people answered the door in those days.
Yes.
Which is she's got her little lady change purse out, and she's looking around for 2 dimes and 3 pennies, which I've never really understood. I mean, it's a quarter, man. That gives me a nickel profit on this transaction.
I know you don't have change, Sonny.
And I noticed behind her cat is kind of rolling around on the floor. What I noticed was it seemed to have something in its paws that was not dead.
Yeah.
So when I pointed that out to her, she turned around, threw her change purse out of her hand, and began screaming like I was committing an armed robbery at the front door. Before I could even move, there were neighbors coming because everybody looked after everybody then.
Yeah.
What did you do to this woman? The cat.
I just want my 25 cents.
That's all I came here for, was a quarter for a newspaper. So yeah, not a fan of that particular cat behavior.
Yeah.
Hey, let's give a big Warhawk welcome to Master Thespian.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Sounds like you all are having a wonderful time.
It's a day on Friday.
Yeah. I've enjoyed listening to the lovely stories coming out of dear old Greg Budell. It's been great.
Appreciate it. You got
So I was going to say, you could, since we got the news that Jim Lovell passed away.
Yes.
Maybe you could play some of that. Go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, maybe you could play some of that interview with Gene Kranz.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah. Because Lovell was the last surviving member of the Apollo 8 mission.
Right.
As well as, I think Fred Hayes is still alive from the Apollo 13, but
it's good. I wish I knew which. I have 2 long segments with Gene Kranz. I wish I knew which had the Apollo 13 in it. That's the only thing I don't know. Because he talks about going to see the movie in the theater and sinking down into his chair because Ed Harris is playing him, and he's had that experience where a famous movie star portrayed him in a big hit movie.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I wish I knew though which segment it was in.
I don't remember, because I know at one point he talked about the Mercury and Gemini missions, but then he talks exclusively about Apollo 13. It may be the second segment, I think. I think he did an overview of the stuff that he did with Mercury and Gemini. I don't know. It's been so long.
Actually, there's 3 segments. And they're all like 11 minutes long. And unfortunately, when they're in a cart, I can't fast forward through it to find the start spot.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, it was a good idea anyway.
It was a great idea.
Wonderful idea.
Yep. All right. Well, y'all have fun, and I will be back again on Tuesday for more fun.
Just Tuesday or both days?
Tuesday and Wednesday, yeah.
There
I'll
you
be
go.
Be there by-
Yay.
That's
Yeah.
what we like hearing. All right. Thank you, Mr. Thespian.
All right, y'all be nice.
See you, brother.
Be nice with each other. Don't get arrested.
This would be the day, though, to watch Apollo 13, given that he passed away.
Mhm.
Here is Papa B.
You know that movie, I'm telling you what, it was like I was back in that time. Just because that's the way I felt, that's the way people were feeling. It's like all of a sudden, this national consensus, people just come together to, you know, pull for these astronauts to get home and everything.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time in America. But, you know, one thing I was going to tell you about, though, Greg, that under the radar, President Trump is stamping out works left, right, and sideways. He's putting fires out.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't giving him the credit yet. But I'm telling you, this man, I'm saying nearly single-handedly has saved us from the World War. That's what was planned. That's where we were headed.
He saved us
And
from
Hillary
all kinds of
Clinton won.
catastrophes, including a complete and illegitimate takeover of the government by the crack pottery on the left. He has shut them down, diminished them. He's putting them out of business. Some will be being put out of office because they've been scamming the country for decades with the way they've got congressional districts rigged out. You wonder how some of these stupid people become congressmen and senators. Now we know they cheat.
Yeah.
Right.
Rigged elections.
You shake your head, you're just like, how in the world is this the best
And
that this district has to offer? Are you kidding me?
And it's a classic liberal situation because they do this under the guise of helping minorities or some other aggrieved group. And what they end up doing is making it worse for everybody.
Every time. Every time.
Everybody.
Without fail.
Everybody. Well, I mean, I think that this is going to be one of Trump's big legacy things. I don't know why in the world he wouldn't be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, especially if he's able to finally calm down the Russia and the Ukraine thing. But in the meantime, he's doing a whole lot in a lot of different places, and it is it's amazing to watch this man in action.
Truly.
Anyway, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.
You too, Bubba.
See you, buddy.
I may pull out one of those crayon segments and just try because that's a really good idea that Master Thespian had. I just wish I had. They're not labeled in detail, and there's 3 segments, each of them about 15 minutes long. So we'll give it a shot.
Click.
Yeah. At 4:32, Gene Lovell passing away at the age of 97. He was here in his 80s when I saw him at the annual fundraiser where they always have the big name come in for Faulkner.
Yeah.
He was here for that, and such an impressive guy. Just, humble. All of them. Gene Kranz, Lovell, anybody I met that was connected to the space program, just incredibly humble people. Gene Kranz always said, don't thank me, thank the taxpayer. They paid me to do the job, and I hope I did it well. 4:32, Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing would like to have the job of keeping you and your family comfortable year-round. A Clark's Club membership is a simple $180 one-time annual investment that gets you 2 annual tune-ups to your system in your home from their incredibly talented and nice HVAC techs. The tune-ups, they look to check the general health of the system, make sure it's clean, running efficiently, that you got adequate coolant and so forth. But if something goes wrong, you've got the guarantee that somebody will be on the way when you call 277-2125. You know how plumbing is, in your business, Eddie. 1 minute everything is fine, the next minute, why is there a big water spot in the wall? You not only need a plumber, you need a plumber that really knows how to diagnose and fix that. How, it's a process. What's the first step? So it doesn't become, goes from a problem to a catastrophe.
In a hurry.
And yes, exactly. So you don't be waiting. 277-2125, invest that 180 and you'll have the peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, the best in the business around the way. Plus, you get a discount on parts and labor on whatever the fix might be. That's 277-2125 or ClarkComfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. Here's Skipper with traffic. 1819 News is next.
We had an accident a little earlier. Highway 14 up near Fire Tower Road. Please use caution there. Very busy everywhere right now. Interstates, boulevards, all over the Montgomery area, but only a few minor accidents that are not really causing any issue. Buckle up, drive carefully. We will keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, they've got over 100 used cars in stock, 0% financing up to 60 months on select models. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clinton. Wendell Jamin, every Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
1819 News.
The police chief of Leeds is putting statewide media outlet AL.com on blast for their coverage of a recent arrest that involved an illegal alien. Police Chief Paul Irwin put out a statement on the story regarding Giovanna Martinez, who was stopped in her vehicle on Interstate 20 just a few days ago. Irwin accuses AL.com of a fake narrative that suggested Martinez was barely speeding when she was pulled over. Irwin says that's completely false, that Martinez was clocked at 80 miles per hour and was erratically changing lanes with cars all around her. Irwin says this was reckless driving that put the public in danger, not profiling or petty enforcement. Martinez has since been detained by ICE agents due to her immigration status. Irwin says it's unfortunate that Martinez did not take the necessary steps to remain legally in the U.S. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Alabama Unfiltered Radio, and when I need the news and I need it fast, I turn to Andrea Tice and the Daily Detail. On my way in, it is the most convenient, best way for me to digest what's going on so that I can use it for our show. She tells you what's going on in Alabama that day first and fast. So listen to the Daily Detail with Andrea Tice. Don't miss out.
The Daily Detail is available wherever podcasts are found.
A man wanted on child sex abuse charges in another state was located and arrested in Montgomery this past Thursday. 48-year-old James Myers is wanted for sexual assault of a child in the state of Illinois. He was arrested by the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. A man wanted as a murder suspect in Bessemer was located trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border. 35-year-old Luis Rey Guerrero Martinez was apprehended by U.S. Border Patrol agents in the state of Texas. He's wanted for the shooting death of Guillermo Castro of Bessemer. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, you will immediately see the difference in pricing. Not only do we offer the most competitive rates, but our closing costs rank among the lowest in the industry. How do we do it? Because we can. We do not have the overhead that big banks and lenders do. Those big banks and lenders have big expenses. And what do? They pass those expenses along to you. Meanwhile, here at Alabama Home Mortgage, we receive wholesale rates which result in big savings that we pass along to you. Don't pay more for less. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our rates and pricing are just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Listen, Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his levels checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the hell is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote in the application that her man's so low energy, she's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Montgomery Men's Health, but he's scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Montgomery Men's Health is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, T-level results in minutes. Call 334-440-3663 or hit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com before your lady books a new co-star. Montgomery Men's Health, making it happen.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who was a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, what did you do for another pharmacy when you moved out of town?
When we moved to Fairhope, we were looking for a local. We did not want to go to a big box store. And we did find one, but the service was not up to par. Adams Drug really spoiled us.
What was it like to come back to Adams Drugs again?
It was very easy. We picked up the phone when we got back, came up to Prattville and called the branch there in Prattville, and they took that phone call and did the rest of it. We didn't have to do a thing. It was very simple. We're glad to be back with them. They're so efficient and customer service oriented.
Come in to any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey guys, this is Todd Clark with River Region Contracting, your premier roofing contractor in Central Alabama. So remember the name, River Region Contracting, for all your roofing needs. We're not affiliated with any other roofing company in the River Region. We've been in the roofing business since 2005. We don't have to buy our leads, and we don't have to knock on doors when the storms come around. We have thousands of satisfied customers throughout Central Alabama. So call us at 334-356-8635. That's 334-356-8635.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on Your Side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on Your Side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
This is Matt Woodham with Woodham Southside Firestone. As a businessman, you need to watch your advertising dollar. We've been using Blue Water Broadcasting for many years. Blue Water Broadcasting is the biggest bang for your buck. Blue Water Broadcasting and Woodham Southside Firestone, great combination.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the River region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Earnest, 334-279-7431. Earnest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Oh, hi, everybody. The risk of an evening shower or storm is not zero, but relatively small. We've got that nearly full moon out there tonight, and the overnight low temperature down to about 72. Saturday and Sunday, relatively routine. High temperatures around 90. Spotty, scattered random storms on Saturday. A little bit more numerous, I think, by Sunday afternoon as tropical moisture begins to move into the area. But all in all, a fairly routine August weekend forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the River region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
There's a brand new game. Everybody seems to want to play. Even though at first it may sound lame from its funny name. Let's play pickleball. Badminton and tennis, come on, make it with it. It's like ping pong, but bigger. Everyone's a winner. Bring your sweat socks and yacht rock. Baby, won't you join me for some pickleball? We'll buy some gear and maybe we'll turn pro. Everybody here wants to know how to play pickleball.
5 years ago, we never heard of it. And now it's the hottest game. And I still...
What? You're not a pickleball kind of guy?
I might be. I just have not been invited to play it. I don't know anybody that's got a pickleball place to play.
Y'all don't have them here in Montgomery?
Equipment. Yeah, I mean...
I don't know if y'all do have them in Montgomery.
I think they do at the park that's off Taylor Road.
Okay, that makes sense.
On the south side of 85.
I know they got them in...
By the way, speaking of 85, I was just out back Smoot, seeing if traffic was moving northbound. It looks slow.
Oh, boy.
Then we'll check back with Skipper on that in a minute.
How do you feel about the song Kokomo?
Way down in Kokomo.
It's okay.
I think it is the best Beach Boys song. It's my absolute favorite. And I played it for Cameron on a road trip the last time we went to North
Did you want to
Carolina.
jump out the window?
And he was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I
I'm
bet.
like, this is
Coming from you?
This
Yeah.
song is incredible. I don't really like the Beach Boys, but that song, it just
Well,
puts me
you know
in
what?
a
It's really
good
not the Beach
mood.
Boys.
Really?
Yeah, Brian Wilson had nothing to do with that. None of the original Beach Boys did. But they did record it. And I was impressed because it has that Beach Boys flavor.
It
that
does.
brand.
I just assumed it was theirs. I would have.
And it was also their biggest selling single.
That I could see. It was tied to a soundtrack, wasn't it?
Cocktail.
Cocktail. There you go.
The best
There you
Tom
go.
Cruise movie.
How many women are going to say that?
Best. Oh, it's so dark at times. It's so good. though.
Why was that? I only saw highlights. I know he's doing cute things with drinks and
He just looked the hottest
He's
in
so
that
sexy.
movie. Yeah, it's just
He's
is
slinging them drinks around back
just
there.
the hottest.
Yep.
I
Have
don't
you,
know.
listening to this,
And then
Eddie,
he's like very in love with a girl and will do anything for her.
Which was a scam, but yeah.
Well,
does this give you any additional insight or understanding on as to what women really, what the frick they want?
No. In fact, growing up with all the women in my life, I still have no idea. The one thing I did determine is all women are crazy, and it's different kinds of crazy. So,
definitely.
yeah. So you just ride with that. Yeah.
We don't have much choice.
No, we don't.
You love us anyway.
We have to. And,
You like to.
yeah. I mean, I had no choice. It's biological. I had no choice.
Right.
Nothing I can do. But there are times where I want to jump off a train because they're, you know. You ever been on? We talk about your dating life a lot. Back in the day.
It is.
Back in the day.
Tell me, did you ever have one of those dates, Greg, where you're like, "Can I just go to the bathroom and leave?"
Oh.
Yes, I've had those.
Have you ever done it? Because I did, and I'm wondering if somebody else, certainly besides myself, has done
Right
this.
on the bridge.
I don't think I've ever. I think one time
Okay. So both directions.
in the 80s, I said, I really don't want to argue.
Okay.
It's pretty clear that
Okay.
we have nothing to move forward on here.
Mm-hmm.
We have a traffic update.
So I gave her a couple of $100 bills and I said, this should cover your dinner and a cab.
That's very gentlemanly. That's
Yeah.
better. I will give you that. That's very gentleman. Better, much better than I did. I just bailed.
I would have given her $250, but she didn't ask for any more than that.
Oh, there you go.
She actually made a nice little profit on that.
I would think so.
Apparently, the Great American, or at least the Montgomery region idiocracy, has a traffic issue.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say?
Yeah.
Shut up.
On the river bridge going towards Montgomery.
Out of
Car
Prattville.
flipped over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be that for a while. Wow.
All right, we'll be getting an update from Mr. Wendell J shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the bridge, though.
Yeah. That's.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'm just trying to see if there's any other late breaking headlines here. Sometimes it all flies at the end of the week.
Friday afternoons, usually between 4 and 6 o'clock. The things they don't want to tell you on the news, that's when they put it out there.
GOP rep files resolution. I posted the story earlier this week against the Democratic rep who claimed foreign loyalty over the United States.
Okay, I have a huge issue with that. And I didn't think
Me
this was
too.
even an issue that we had to worry about until I watched Tucker Carlson with what's his name out of Texas. And he asked him, basically talking about Israel's influence on a lot of our leadership.
Mm.
And they just kind of openly admit, that Israel does lobby inside of there. No other country is allowed to do that. But Israel will literally lobby inside of our legislature. No one has a problem with that. And a lot of these people that you ask, that swear themselves to another country, Israel is the other country. If you can't swear your allegiance to the country you're in,
Well, we see it with the Democrats with Somalia in
they
Minneapolis.
go to Somalia.
This woman, it was a Central American country, I think.
Yes, it was Ecuador, I think.
Well, go live there, make life better for them.
Exactly.
I mean, just how obnoxious can you be? And why do the constituents that put her in put up with it?
Well, that makes me think, is her district a large immigrant type district? And that gets you paranoid. Are they trying to flip the script? They want their people in that are going to look out for them, not as Americans as a whole, but just their community. No,
even with all the bitch slaps that the Supreme Court or higher courts have given to judges who have just ruled against Trump because politically they're not aligned, like this Kathleen Williams.
Yep.
She's the one that stopped alligator Alcatraz. She's an Obama appointment. And take a look at her picture. Doesn't she look like she was appointed by a space cadet?
She looks a little bit like the old Nancy there. Oof.
Yeah. She got that distant gaze that liberals. Yes?
That caller said she was born in Chicago, but her family's from Guatemala.
Oh, the person. Okay.
Yeah.
She's Guatemala. But still, what are you doing? How are you best serving your people by saying that I owe or I have my loyalties to this place, but I'm here in America? How would I take it any other way besides you just announced your loyalty to someone else? Gotta go.
I'm trying to find that. I put that story on. Oh, did you see the?
Yeah, I saw that crack me up.
Back to school story.
Stuff the bus.
Hey, Sydney Sweeney, did you see her new ad for Baskin Robbins?
I did, and I also saw, I guess, a counter ad to hers with who's that big black girl that's she played the flute that time? Lizzo. She came out with a ad, which I'll be honest, she doesn't look bad in it. I don't get what she's trying to do. I mean, I know she had to flat out say it. This is the counter Sweeney ad, but
is she eating ice cream in it?
no, she just dressed in jeans. She looks better than some of the other ads she's been in.
She did the weight loss shots. She's lost a bunch of weight.
Didn't she get a bunch of pushback for that?
I'm sure, because she was always preaching body positivity and everything.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden she's like, well, it's going to be really easy to lose weight with these, so let's do it.
That then lawmaker, by the way, Delia Ramirez of Illinois, said she's more proud to be Guatemalan than American. Well, go back there. Blow it out your ass, woman. We don't need you here. And Illinois, why do you elect the most despicable people? Your governor, fat bastard.
Oh, yeah. What's up with that?
And then
they go from bad to worse.
It's hard for me to say something good about Stephen Colbert, but at least he confronted, Pritzker is hiding all the Democrats. They've got 11 more days to hide.
Yeah.
They're already preparing the arrest warrants.
How is that even? You got one job, and it ain't go hide when it's your time to vote.
First of all, if you were so certain of your ability to win the battle of ideas, you wouldn't be playing games. You wouldn't care if a district is redrawn because your ideas are better, but they're not. Nobody wants them.
Right.
Crazy.
Ridiculous, dude.
All right, we're at 4:52. Next hour, the movie Mayhem will join us. We will be discussing a TV project that premieres on Peacock called The Paper, which is the first Office spinoff.
I just saw that posted this morning. I got to look into that.
Take a look at the trailer when you get a second. What's new in theaters, and then what's happening at ASF for at least another week or so. That's with Ellen Murray here on News Talk 93.1 FM. Let's talk about AMS Studios for a moment.
Sure.
I got to make an appointment for something. I'm not sure what I should do next.
I don't know. You're looking so pretty.
I know. What do you want to do? Do you want to do microneedling again?
I like the IPL because the result is so immediate.
Yeah, and it's quicker to do it.
Yes. And and then I got to spend a few minutes in the celestial ambiance of AMS Studios. In
beautiful
the
place.
Oh, yes.
I like it down there.
Very much. A place where you can improve your appearance. They can help you lose weight, reconfigure your body, help with stretch marks, flabby arms and thighs, things like that, right?
Whole body, head to toe.
Head to toe.
You want to make real changes or just feel good.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
And by the way, no surgery and all of these incredible technologies available at a fraction of what it costs to go get a cosmetic surgery that may or may not work. That's the thing. You get the benefit of immediate improvement or some of the spoilage services, as I like to call them, like facials and massages by the best in the business.
Yes.
And if it's been a while since you've had your body massaged by a real professional, I mean, that's an experience you should not only have to enjoy, but just for your overall general health, because what they do, I mean, when you get a good massage, it really helps the circulatory system, correct?
Yes.
And then muscles that have been achy, sitting in odd position, it straightens all that out.
Yeah. Now, do you couples massagers?
We do.
Excellent.
On weekends.
That's
an
That
idea.
idea.
Gift certificate we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me thinking now.
And if you got somebody, maybe it's not for you, but maybe you know somebody who's interested in some of the services, look them over at ams-studios.com. You can do gift certificates. What a nice thing to give, something somebody really wants. And depending on how much you want to have done, the Evolve system is available there. And that's for body contouring. There's nothing wrong when you get a little bit older to get a little technology help.
Why not?
To accomplish your goals. So, and I feel good about it because I'm doing what I can, doing the bike and getting exercise, but it's nice to get that little extra assist to have your skin look nice and even.
If you start when you're younger too, it's not, you're investing longer, but it is not as intense as if you start when you're older.
Makes sense.
So you can start small when you're young and just do it every so often. And then once you reach 50 or 60, it's not hitting you all at once.
I've seen so many people do the plastic surgery, and what they thought they were going to get, they were stuck with what they didn't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is no guarantee with that stuff.
Right.
And again, you can accomplish the same goals at AMS for a fraction of the cost. So if there's something about your appearance or about your body that you would like to change, take a look at ams-studios.com or call 730-1268 and consult to see if there isn't something in there that will work for you. That's 730-1268 at 119 East Main. And AMS brings you the Movie Maven coming up next hour. How to Train Your Dragon, Weapons, Sketch, My Mother's Wedding, Freakier Friday, things that are out in theaters, and more with Ellen Murray. Right now, let's see what Skipper's got on the traffic docket.
Well, we've had an accident, a problem on 231 southbound out of Wetumpka. It is right at the river bridge as you pass Redland Road. We are seeing traffic stacking right there, busy and building on the boulevards, interstates, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. The city's reporting all clear. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loader at Thompson Tractor. Got a bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing's available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're off I-85, just past Taylor Road. Wendell J., Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
We're just shy of 5 o'clock. Mr. Bader, before you ski-daddle.
Yes, sir.
What's happening in your universe with real estate?
We've got a lot going on. I know interest rates haven't gone down, but we've got more people interested in selling and buying property now probably than ever before. Our business has absolutely taken off. In fact, let's see, this week I'm getting, or be next week, but I'm getting ready to list a big church for sale in Eclectic, Alabama. It's a beautiful, beautiful building, great land. I know it's going to sell pretty quick. I've got in Pine Level, there's going to be a large retail facility that we're going to put on the market in about 2 weeks. But as far as residential goes, I've got what I consider to be the perfect house in Millbrook. You've got a big family. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, over 3,000 square feet, 2-car garage, saltwater pool, high privacy fence, one of the greatest neighborhoods in Millbrook, 5 minutes from the interstate. This is just a beautiful house. And we've marked it down. I believe the seller told me the other day, Eddie, I want you to hurry up and sell it. I'm tired of you talking about it. And we dropped the price from $5.25 to $450,000.
Whoa.
This is a heck of a house. This is going to be, and I'll be honest with you, in a normal, kind of a normal economy, this house would run for $675, $800 all day long. So you're getting a heck of a deal. Heck of a deal. And we've got all kinds of places like that. And we've got some other ones coming on the market in Del Reyta. Say you're looking under a house, a 3-bedroom, maybe 1 or 2 bath, under 200. I've got them going on the market in Del Reyta. So give me and my partner, Hannah Grantham, a call. Whether you want to buy, sell, just let us know. I'd love to work with you. My number is 334-322-0662.
You are better with Bader. And by the way, if you're just thinking about it, it's a good idea to consult with this man.
Free consultation. We do it all the time.
Yeah. Because you may not be ready to sell this month or even next, but maybe in 6.
Yep.
Planning ahead nothing like it. This man put thousands of dollars in my pocket by putting a plan where I waited for the market to come back, as he said it would, and it did. And it was huge.
It's great.
It made a huge difference for me. So a consultation is always a good idea.
Definitely.
All right, my friend, you have a great weekend.
Y'all too. Y'all have a great weekend.
Best of the team and the family. All right, we have the Wall Street Business Report next. Salem Radio Network News coming up.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott. Stocks rose on Wall Street, marking their third winning week in the last four. The S&P 500 rose 0.8%, leaving the index just shy of the record it set last week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.5%, and the Nasdaq added 1% to the record it set a day earlier. Expedia and Gilead Sciences rose sharply after reporting results that easily beat analysts' forecast. Both companies also raised their outlooks. Asian markets closed mostly lower except in Tokyo, where the Nikkei rose 1.9%. European markets were mixed. Treasury yields rose in the bond market. The Dow up 207 points, closing at 44,145. The Nasdaq gained 207 to 21,450. The S&P 500 added 49 points to 6389. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Porch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Porch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at porchcreekindians.org.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Listen, Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his levels checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote in the application that her man's so low energy, she's basically married to a coffee tape. She also said, we live within driving distance to Montgomery Men's Health, but he's scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Got you, Mike. It's Nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Montgomery Men's Health is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, T-level results in minutes. Call 334-440-3663 or hit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com before your lady books a new co-star. Montgomery Men's Health, making it happen.
Jenny King, the king of clean, delivers reliable, high-quality commercial cleaning services through a proven franchise model that empowers local business owners. Jenny King's franchise owners receive the training, support, and resources needed to succeed, while clients benefit from tailored cleaning solutions backed by a global brand. Jenny King ensures consistent results, trust, and success for everyone we serve. Go to JennyKingCleans.com and find out how we can help you. That's JennyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
Hey, y'all, Lewis over here at the Capital Oyster Bar, located over here on that beautiful Alabama River.
you had never been here, it's easy to get to. All you got to do is get on North Boulevard and take the Louisville Street exit. No matter whether you're coming from Wetumpka or coming from Montgomery or coming from Prattville, you get down to North Boulevard, take the Louisville Street exit. It's the bottom of the ramp. Turn right 3 times. Follow that to the end of the road. Sitting down here on the river. Got a little bluff here we're sitting up on. We got a marina down here where you can launch your boat. You can come rent a boat. All you need is a driver's license, a credit card, a little common sense, and you can have a great day on the river. It's not complicated. You know, you'll be able to swing it real easy. We also got an RV park. We might have a little room for you if you want to come spend the weekend with us. I saw where we were voted by the Montgomery Advertiser their favorite seafood restaurant, so that's a real honor. Check it all out, capitaloysterbar.com, our Facebook page, see what's going on. Some great food. See you soon. Come hungry and bring the whole family with you.
Time for traffic.
Well, we've had an accident, a problem on 231 southbound out of Wetumpka. It is right at the River Bridge as you pass Redland Road. We are seeing traffic stacking right there, busy and building on the boulevards, interstates, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. The city's reporting all clear. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loader at Thompson Tractor. Got a bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing's available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're off I-85, just past Taylor Road. Wendell J., Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump says he plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin soon. He made the announcement Friday stating that he would start discussions with Russia. His statement came as Ukrainian soldiers expressed little hope for a diplomatic solution to the ongoing war. Trump's deadline for the Kremlin to make peace also arrived on Friday. Despite his efforts, Putin has not stopped bombing Ukrainian cities. Astronaut James Lovell, who was commander of the 1970 Apollo 13 mission that managed to get back to Earth safely after an oxygen tank explosion, has died. He was 97 years of age. On Wall Street, the Dow and NASDAQ were both up by 207 points. The S&P 500 advanced 49. More details at srnnews.com.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Larry Elder here. Do not miss my new movie called Electric Vehicles, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Are EVs really better for the planet than gas-powered vehicles?
Torque is instantaneous. The batteries are lasting very long.
Sitting in the parking lot just burst into flames. We're going to be relying on China. It's not just a movie about cars. It's about how we choose to shape our future. Electric Vehicles, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Produced by Impactful Pictures. Watch it or buy the DVD now at salemnow.com.
Now the male chauvinist pig sports report. Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. The calls will take a little longer because she'll have to ask her best friend what she thought. Yes, Major League Baseball's first female umpire is working this weekend. It's rare to see a woman behind a plate instead of serving me dinner on one. That's right, Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. All the tough calls will be easy because they'll all be a man's fault. This has been the Male Chauvinist Pig Sports Report.
All right, welcome back for our final hour. Ella Murray going to join us later, talk about some things you might want to look into this weekend for amusement and something to look forward to as well. Something we talked for a couple of years when it was first announced, a spinoff from The Office.
Yeah, I saw Oscar's in it.
Yeah, he's the only character from the original show, but The Office was just such a beloved hit.
It was. I love that show.
I think they're almost in a parallel position to Naked Gun. What is the latest on that? I want to see where the Rotten Tomato meter is. Show me the Rotten Tomato scores on the Naked Gun 2025. Let's see. Started out very high.
Here's what I found.
With critics. It was close to 100% when it first came out. Now it's down to 89. And it has stayed at 75 with people who have seen it. And everybody I know that's seen it said, well, it had its moments, but it just was a letdown. So you wonder, that's kind of the same challenge anything connected to The Office will face. And we'll talk about Ellen Murray with that. We lost Jim Lovell today, and what we're going to try and do here, it's kind of weird. I don't have these in a format that would allow me to scroll. So what I want to do is play a couple of our clips from the Gene Kranz interview to see if we can catch his comments on Apollo 13, because Jim Lovell, who was the commander of that and did just an amazing job, has passed away at the age of 97. So I wish I had a better way to do it, but we didn't catalog segments. We cataloged 3 15-minute segments, and I think I know the one that might include. And it was all about Gene Kranz watching himself in a theater being portrayed by Ed Harris on a real-life story in which he played a very critical role in its success. So that'll be coming up in a few. Traffic and Rich's forecast. That's next.
Well, we have a couple of issues. Right now, I-65 northbound, just past Southern Boulevard, right-hand lanes. We have a little minor accident there. Watch out for those folks. If you're coming out of Wetumpka or Redland Road headed into Montgomery, on 231 at the River Bridge, we have a vehicle was being towed by another vehicle and apparently got loose, flipped over. Authorities are trying to get that out of the roadway and get traffic moving. Hopefully that's already occurred, but hang tight. Inbound to Wetumpka on 231 northbound, no issues there. Keep it here for updates. It's back to school time at Midtown Plaza. Shop Shoe Carnival, Cato, Cricket Wireless, Young American Insurance, and more. Midtown Plaza and Street off I-85, another great McClinton & Company development. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
Are you thinking about selling your home? Here's a question for you. Would you trust your biggest investment to someone who's only doing real estate as a side gig? They've got another job, so how focused are they on getting you the best results? I'm Hannah Grantham, and for us at Forest Meadows Homes and Land, real estate is our full-time and only job.
That's right. You don't have a part-time banker, so why would you have a part-time realtor?
So if you're thinking of selling, think Hannah Grantham and Eddie Bader, and let's make sure your home gets the attention it deserves.
We're full-time agents getting full-time results. Give us a call today, 334-322-0662.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better Business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the river region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Oh, hi, everybody. The risk of an evening shower or storm is not zero, but relatively small. We've got that nearly full moon out there tonight, and the overnight low temperature down to about 72. Saturday and Sunday, relatively routine. High temperatures around 90. Spotty, scattered random storms on Saturday. A little bit more numerous, I think, by Sunday afternoon as tropical moisture begins to move into the area. But all in all, a fairly routine August weekend forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
All right, we have Papa John on the phone before we go back and remember a little, or what we hope will be part of the interview with Gene Kranz talking about Apollo 13. Jim Lavelle, commander of that mission, passed away today at 97. Papa John.
Yes, sir. Isn't that amazing? A guy that historic lives to be that old.
Yeah.
That's really special. I'll just go to call you and give you an update on the wreck on 231 coming out of Wetumpka. It happened on the bridge just north of the river bridge, and the traffic is at a dead standstill. Nothing's moving. There is an ambulance and a fire truck there. I don't know. I've got no information about what's going on, but if you're coming from Wetumpka, try to find another way. Go over the toll bridge. Try to go 14 and go around that way, but it looks like it's going to be a little while longer before they'll even cut the traffic loose. Pretty bad.
All right,
But anyway.
Yeah, on the traffic update that we just played, they said a vehicle was towing another vehicle, and the one that was being towed got loose and somehow overturned.
Yeah, I don't know if there were injuries, but they did have an ambulance and a fire truck there.
Wonder when you see that. People do that all the time because they don't want to pay for a real tow truck.
Yeah.
So let's put it on chains. Don't worry. I'll stop when you stop. That's
Right.
crazy. All right. Thanks, Papa John. We appreciate it, buddy.
Weekend, bud. And again, man, you're looking great. Just keep it up.
I take no acetol.
No, you don't. You are that one.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Y'all have a good one.
This great moment in American history brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. Somebody in that mess up there is going to need somebody to put their car back together. Choose wisely. MPB 27 Rec with a W. Montgomery Paint and Body bringing you this great memory and a privilege. I don't think I've ever been in more awe of a guest in any of my radio studios over all these years than this man here, Gene Kranz. As requested by our very special guest, the Stars and Stripes, to bring in a man we've described all morning as a real American hero, Gene Kranz. Welcome to our humble, ancient radio station. How are you?
Greg, it's a great pleasure to be with you and Susan here today.
We thought we would keep it old school, maybe make you feel right at home working with equipment from the 50s or 60s.
Yeah. This is our last morning show in this studio, as a matter of fact. We'd hope to welcome you to our space age, remember that term, state-of-the-art new studio, but won't be open until tomorrow. But I can't believe that you're sitting here in my studio. I've had the pleasure of interviewing a lot of folks, having them on as guests on the show, but you really mean something special to me because of your history with the space program, the way you've represented it, the leadership, and so forth. And you know, every once in a while somebody comes in. I just want to thank for taking the time to visit us.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be with you this morning, Greg, because I feel the same way. I feel I have an obligation to the public. Basically, I had 60 years of absolute fun in aviation and space. And it's now payback time to the people who paid the taxes and allowed me to have so much fun.
Wow. Well, let's talk about the space program, because I'm of the generation where we were allowed to bring our transistor radios to school to listen to everything, and the buildup from Shepard making it into the atmosphere, and then Glenn being the first to orbit, the missions getting longer, then it was 2, then it was 3, then the horrible fire. But by the way, let me ask, when that fire occurred, was there doubt that the space program would continue?
No, I don't think so. I think that I was on the console in the test preceding the fire. In fact, we had problems with the communications all night long. And basically, I handed over to the team that was scheduled to launch the Apollo 1 mission. And we had a group of very young controllers. They were in their very early 20s. The majority of the people in leadership roles in the space program were in their mid-30s to early 40s. So we had a very young team. So the real challenge after the accident, I'd been in aviation. I'd seen accidents. I've picked up people after accidents. And it was really a question of how do you get these people back focused after such a horrific event? And I called my division. I was a division chief at that time into the conference room and basically indicated that I believed that 3 different groups could have called a halt in the countdown that day. The astronauts in the spacecraft could have said, hey, things not going, we ought to scrub it. Same thing with the launch team, same thing with the operations team. But none of us did. None of us stepped up to the responsibilities to our crew and to the mission. And I got all my people in the conference room 3 days later, and I went through what I call the tough and competent speech. Basically, a tough meaning that we're forever responsible for what we do, or in the case of Apollo 1, what we fail to do. Competent. We'll never again take anything for granted. We'll never stop learning. From now on, the teams in mission control will be perfect. And I believe that was the kind of challenge that we had to lay out to these young people to get them back on track. And it all worked because roughly in the accident occurred in January 27th, 1967. In November, we were back on track launching a Saturn. We didn't look for who was responsible. The entire team took the responsibilities.
That's an amazing thing to hear with anything these days where there's people are willing to raise their hands and take responsibility. And I remember that night when that bulletin broke across the networks. Of course, it was only the 3 networks at that time, and the sick feeling you got in your gut, but at the same time, hoping that this wouldn't, prevent us from achieving the goal that President Kennedy set out. What was the chief lesson learned from that tragedy? What changes in safety did they make based on what they learned?
I believe that if I go back to the accident, everybody was in go mode. Launch team, the flight control team, basically the astronauts. We had programs overlapping to a great extent. We had just come off the Gemini program. We had done some of the unmanned missions. And we were in the process of, we'd train in one floor and we'd fly Gemini in the other floor. So it was a question of trying to take one person, divide them into 2 parts, and make sure that both jobs were done equally well. I believe one of the first lessons we had was one of absolute focus. Basically, we have to know exactly the mission that we're working on, and I have to dedicate our total competence capability to get it. I think the other thing was one of complacency. We had operated in a pure oxygen environment for the Mercury and the Gemini missions, and we basically did not look at the environment they were putting a crew in. And one of the problems that we had there was Velcro had just been invented. And basically the crew took and plastered Velcro all over the inside of the spacecraft. And it was highly flammable. It provided the combustion path and part of the toxic fumes that resulted in the death of the crew.
Wow.
This is a man, by the way, Susan, who has been portrayed by 3 different actors. What's that like when you go to a movie where somebody is playing your part? How do you feel during something like that?
Well, it was interesting. When Apollo 13 came out, myself, the control team, the astronauts, the actors, we had the preview in there.
Uh-huh.
And the first time you see yourself on the screen there, you sort of slouch down and you look across and see what are other people thinking about this. And I was sitting next to Ken Mattingly, the astronaut from this, and he elbowed me there and he says, "It's okay." And basically I could just
I thought Ed Harris
stand up there.
Was magnificent playing your part. And it's one of my favorite movies. For those of us who've been around a while, watching Apollo 13 takes us back and reminds us of how great this country can be, But I want to backtrack a little bit. Prior to the fire, what were some of the other moments in the space program where maybe there was some danger that we never found out about? Is there anything you can share with us from Mercury or Gemini?
I believe that all the way through the program, the job in mission control was to control the risk, make the trade-offs in the risk. But at the same time, we have a set of objectives. So the flight control team's job, we're the insurance for the space program, is to basically manage the risk during the course of the mission. Flight director's job description is very simple, probably simplest in America. It says, the flight director may take any actions necessary for crew safety and mission success. The flight director is essentially operating like a football team in the red zone, quarterback of the football team in the red zone all the time. Basically, he's the guy making the calls. He's the clock watcher. He has to know what plays to call. So that's basically what our job is. In the probably one of the scariest times for me came during the Gemini 9 mission. This is with Gene Cernan. And this was only the second extravehicular operation that we had ever performed.
Spacewalk?
And pardon?
Spacewalk?
No, this was spacewalk. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the Gene Cernan spacewalk basically was very, very dynamic. We'd set him to the back end of the Gemini spacecraft, and basically we had sort of a man maneuvering unit. We asked him to don, put on, etc., and then he's going to fly around in a tether. This is only the second spacewalk we'd ever done. Well, the unfortunate thing is the technology to eliminate vapor inside the suit and the faceplate, the same one that skiers use in their goggles, had yet to be invented. So as Cernan is moving to the back of the spacecraft, his basically visor is now becoming fogged over.
Ooh.
And his heart rate is going up. The surgeons are telling us to have him take it easy right on down the line. Gets back to the back end, and now he's trying to basically unbolt, move the arms down in this thing so he can crawl into the spacesuit. Heart rate's going up, respiration rate going up. He's still having problems seeing. He'll rub the faceplate with his nose so he can find a place to get out. Continues struggling there until finally we call the EVA off. Now, in the process of crawling back from the EVA, he's essentially totally blind. He has to go about 25 feet along the back of the spacecraft through a series of handholds to get back into the cockpit. In the process of doing this, there's a series of antennas back there. And as he gets into the cockpit area, he's basically indicating he feels sort of a burning sensation in his back. And basically, he had torn open part of the thermal layer on his spacesuit there. So it was a pretty sporty EVA. Wow. And the problem is that we did not learn what we should have learned from that basically we need to train in a different environment, because we repeated almost the same problem in the next two EVAs until finally the scientific community came after us and said, you're training these guys wrong. And we decided the best way to train these guys was to put them in a big water tank and basically make them neutrally buoyant so they didn't sink to the bottom and up to the top. And that environment then was the best replication of space we'd ever have. And from that day forward, we're virtually successful in every EVA.
It gives me chills to listen to him talk in such matter-of-fact tones about these amazing things they did and how much stuff they had to invent on the fly to get it to work. The thing that saved Apollo 13, they had to do a square peg in a round hole kind of thing on the fly to put an end to the carbon dioxide issue in the capsule. You know, they had copies of everything that was in there. They dumped it all on a table and said, okay, how do we rig this together so these people can live and not suffocate in space? And they made things like that happen. And it is, have you seen the movie Apollo 13?
No.
Because Tom Hanks is in it?
Because I don't think we go to space.
Well, I could see where that might be a bit of a roadblock to wanting to see it.
In my thought, the whole time this is playing, we're talking about Apollo 13, you're saying they have to come up with stuff on the fly. I'm like, it's easy to do when you're on Earth and there's nothing at stake. I know.
Look, I'm very understanding of the skepticism. And it's not only because you didn't live through any of this, but what's our government taught us They lie about everything.
Exactly. And you can have so many people invested in the lie. Like you guys have said, it would take 400,000 people or whatever. But guess what?
I asked them that.
They don't have to tell everybody who's working remotely or who has written all these documents or has provided all this science. There's a small crew that knows what's actually going on. I mean, they could have drugged the people and made them think they were actually going to the moon. And then staged the whole thing and played the staged video. I just don't, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you can always watch the movie and see it as a fantasy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Anyway, even with Tom Hanks in it, it's a movie. I've watched it maybe half a dozen times. It always gets me. It hits my Patriot button.
Yeah.
It hits my hero button.
That's what it is. It plays to those specific parts of you. That's what it is. And the fact that the people who lived through it will always fight for it because it is so strongly tied to those things. We needed that as a country at that time.
Well, yeah, we did commit to beat the Soviets.
That's right.
To the moon.
So
before the decade was over, as JFK said. But I am unmoved from my position. And I've seen them launch those rockets, so something's going up there.
I have a lot of controversial opinions. I think a lot of stuff
It's
has been
okay.
staged and faked and embellished, and there's a lot of lies.
It's totally okay. It's 5:30. Georgia Floors Direct on the boulevard across from Lowe's. Open tomorrow. For those of you looking to get that perfect flooring at a wholesale price, at a place that saves you time and money and is staffed by the nicest people you will ever do business in the retail world. I promise you, the merry band of Flouriers. That's Steve and Andy and Matt and Dustin, Jonathan Q. Know that inventory, 30,000 square feet of choices, all installed by their own teams of people. They don't push responsibility off on anybody else. They want you to have exactly the right outcome. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. And because of the price, because of the service, because of the installation, every year they're voted best in flooring here in the River region with the biggest selection. The place that saves you time and money. On the boulevard across from Lowe's, the flooring destination since 1969. At 5:31, just ahead of the movie Maven joining us, we're going to check traffic and come back.
Well, if you are headed into Wetumpka on 231, going to be smooth sailing for you. Not so much folks trying to come out of Wetumpka. We had a vehicle being towed that flipped and the bridge is blocked. They are trying to get that open, but traffic is stacking. If you're coming out of Wetumpka on 231, a real bottleneck right at the River Bridge because of that accident. Buckle up. Busy and building everywhere else. We'll keep you updated. Check out the all-new 2025 4Runners at McKinnon Toyota. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
A couple of quick calls here ahead of the movie Maven, and this is
Doug.
Doug. Welcome, Doug.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Hey,
What's up?
I wanted to comment about the Apollo spacecraft. When I was a young kid in high school, Veterans Memorial in Columbus, Ohio, had the Apollo spacecraft in there for display, and we were allowed to go inside the thing and sit inside of it.
Wow.
It was a pop can.
Yeah.
It was made out of metal, uncomfortable, and it was made out of aluminum tin. You could stick an ink pen through the side of it. That thing never went to space.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's all I got for you, Greg. Thank you. Bye.
Are you sure it was the authentic? You said Apollo 11? That's in the Smithsonian. Let's give a big Warhawk welcome to Master Thespian.
Hey, I know I'm not supposed to call twice, but I wanted to call in and show support to Pamela. I love you, Pamela. You may believe anything you wish, but if you are ever curious and just want to learn more, I have plenty of books. I have plenty of information that I will be glad to let you see. I texted Greg You need to go on YouTube and watch a video on YouTube called When We Were Apollo.
You know what? We should do a thing for the skeptics because I know many are.
Yeah. I have chat
and devote a show to it some afternoon while you're here.
I would love to do that.
What
I
did
would
you
love to
say
do
it's
that.
called?
It's called When We Were Apollo.
Okay.
And the thing that makes that unusual is that it talks to a lot of those people who were in the support.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of just normal, everyday people, their job was working on something in space. Working on something to help contribute to the effort. I think that
let's look ahead to Tuesday to do it. It's more interesting topic than what may ever be coming through the news that day.
sounds great.
All right.
Sounds great.
We got the movie Maven on standby, so we will catch you later, my friend.
Take care, babe. Bye.
All right. And she'll join us right after local news with Scott.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The Montgomery Humane Society needs the community's help in order to make necessary repairs. The shelter must remodel in order to continue to keep animals safe and healthy. MHS is asking for monetary donations to help pay for repairs as well as more animal fosters when construction is underway. The shelter hopes to begin construction sometime in early November. 3 people have been arrested and charged with shooting into a Wetumpka home. Davion Stinson, Raphael Tillman, and Christopher George Jr. were arrested Thursday and charged with shooting into an occupied dwelling. The incident happened Tuesday night when multiple gunshots were fired into a South Shelby Street home. Prattville police have charged a man with physically abusing his 2-year-old son. Mario Ronell Ford Johnson allegedly inflicted serious physical injury on his son at their home on August 1st. The boy was taken to Children's Hospital at UAB for treatment of injuries. Johnson is being held without bond pending an Aniah's Law hearing. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing.
Hey, this is Robbie Clark. Stay cool with a tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give us a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas weather.
Oh, hi, everybody. The risk of an evening shower or storm is not zero, but relatively small. We've got that nearly full moon out there tonight, and the overnight low temperature down to about 72. Saturday and Sunday, relatively routine. High temperatures around 90. Spotty, scattered random storms on Saturday. A little bit more numerous, I think, by Sunday afternoon as tropical moisture begins to move into the area. But all in all, a fairly routine August weekend forecast. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
You can make your ASE loan payment from your phone anytime, anywhere. It's quick and easy. YourASECreditUnion.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This Murray's Movie Minute brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax your soul, refresh your mind, renew your spirit with AMS Studios on Main Street in Prattville. AMS-studios.com or call 730-1268. We now welcome the movie maven, Miss Murray. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and happy Friday.
Hi.
Yes, it's Happy Friday, but we're talking about Wednesday for starters today, and I know Wednesday, the series. My daughter was Wednesday for Halloween last year, I think, or the year before, with the braids.
And a very cute one she was.
Yeah, but season 2 is out. How's that resonating with you?
Well, it's as much as I expected. It's Tim Burton, so it's got a lot of just fun elements to it and the dark undertones of everything. But it's the Addams Family, so you gotta love it. It's well done, and they only released 4 episodes first now, and then you have to wait until September 4th or something to get the rest of them.
September 4th is a date we're waiting for because finally, after hearing about it for almost 2 years, The Office, which maybe more than any other show benefited from the ridiculous COVID lockdowns because people started binge watching then. looking for a sequel. It's not a sequel, but it is a spinoff. Tell us about that on Peacock.
Yeah, so they released a trailer for it, so you can find that. It's called The Paper, and the only character that's coming from The Office is Oscar, but it looks very much like an Office type show. It's also got the woman that was the front desk clerk from White Lotus to the Italian lady, so I think that'll be fun.
These White Lotus people turn up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's a launching pad or something.
It is. Well, you don't have to review Sydney Sweeney's new ad for Baskin Robbins because we really don't have time. Anyway, and that'll be September 4th on Peacock, right? When the show debuts?
Yes, and I'll give it a shot for sure. I like The Office a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. This is on my must-see list. It's Friday. There's new stuff in theaters, although most of the bigger names have been out. I've seen a ton of promotion for Freakier Friday. Tell us about that and what else is happening.
I know neither of you are interested in Freakier Friday, but I'll probably watch it when it's streaming. I just like the first one. I like the concept. And this time there's two sets of people switching bodies, so all the more hijinks to be had.
Do you think they go back to that Chinese restaurant?
I don't know about all that.
I take it that's something happened in the first
I
Freakier
don't
Friday?
remember.
Remember they got the fortunes? And that switched them?
I don't think that's how they switched.
Am I thinking of a totally different movie?
Somebody will correct us if we don't know.
I'm thinking of the original one. Wasn't it like a birthday wish or something?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Whatever. Let's move along.
My Mother's Wedding.
My Mother's Wedding. I really hadn't heard much about it, but it's got Scarlett Johansson, so it's got the big name factor, and Sienna Miller and Kristen Scott Thomas is their mother, who's getting married for the third time. So they're all at her wedding, and so it's got your usual like family comedy drama wedding stuff. But it's British. Everybody's British, so that'll add an element of fun. It looks actually really nice, kind of heartwarming.
Scarlett Johansson's in this?
Yeah.
You turned me on to this very entertaining YouTuber named The Critical Drinker. And
yeah, he's so funny.
in fact, the first thing I watched by him was something on the male gaze, and it was all about Scarlett Johansson being upset because of the male gaze. And he did such a brutal takedown on her. I thought she had it coming too. Last movie I think I saw her in was We Bought a Zoo. I don't.
To fame if she didn't have males looking at her. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. Why not just let them appreciate you?
Yeah.
It's because she's gotten older and the gaze has shifted to younger people for the most part, and she's in a totally different role.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, what?
I don't.
My boobs
I
don't
want
do
to
it
play
for
the
you
hot,
anymore.
sexy young thing instead of the mom character.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
basic biology.
I mean, I've had a lot of trouble mustering empathy for her over
Mhm.
that, you know?
Totally.
Okay, what else is on your theater list?
So there's a horror movie coming out today called Weapons, and it looks pretty scary. The trailer claims it's based on a true story, but that's not true at all. That's just to get you into it more. But this whole class of children don't show up for school one day because they've all, by some probably supernatural means, woke up from their beds at 2 a.m. and walked out and left their house and never were seen again.
Oh,
so there's a
interesting.
mystery. Yeah, and then it looks like there's a lot of sort of violence and gore that follows.
Oh, I like those kinds of movies.
Well, they really,
I figured you would.
they really put a lot of effort into that title. I'm impressed with the creativity. Hey, let's call it Weapons.
Yeah, I don't really know what the title's about. I didn't read that much into it.
Sketch. What is that?
Sketch is a very cute looking family movie about a little girl who's mourning the loss of her mother, and she puts her feelings into these characters she draws in her sketchbook. And somehow the sketchbook falls into a magical pond or a river or something, and these characters come to life. And they're these like giant life-size or huge monsters, but they're like still child drawings, so it's kind of adorable. And it's made by Angel Studios, so it's going to be Christian-centered and family-oriented.
That looks cute. I think my daughter would love that.
Yeah, that does sound like a really cute movie, but it also sounds like one that would make me cry.
Yeah.
So,
and it's got Tony Hale in it, who's her dad. That's
I like him.
Right-hand man from Veep, so you like it.
Oh, no kidding.
I know Remy would love this movie.
Now, I understand that you have had a discussion within your family about How to Train Your Dragon. This is the live action. I saw the animated years ago and thought it was one of the best of the last couple of decades. What do you have to say about this one?
Well, my family went to see it without me, but I got a glowing review from my dad, who proclaims it the best movie he's seen this year. And he wrote a long review on the Movie Maven Facebook page if anybody wants to read about it. But he said it's just wonderful. You got to see it on the big screen, and story of standing up, courage in the face of people, of being the underdog, and raising a dragon too. So it's got really cool effects with the dragon.
Let's talk about the Facebook page.
Yeah. It's kicking. People are posting on it. It's great.
People are posting a lot on it. It's really great.
Yeah.
And look for Bruce. You want to read his review on How to Train Your Dragon.
It's long. It's really long, but it also will spoil it if you didn't want to know what's happening in the movie. But read it.
It's there. That's what makes it fun. I mean, if you want to join the Movie Maven's VIP page, just look it up, and we don't put you through a battery of tests and all those stuff that
No,
others
not
do.
at all. You just have to look it up and request. And people have been posting in it. Even like good throwback things that they've watched. I love that.
You almost have to do that now because there is so much clutter.
Yeah.
Stuff you don't want to waste your time on the streaming, but there are great movies that many people have never seen, like Apollo 13, I might add.
Or Basket Case.
Yeah, that too. But I understand you're going to the theater this evening, Miss Murray.
I am. I'm getting prepared right now to go to the theater. Going to see the Wizard of Oz at Alabama Shakespeare Fest tonight, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to your review on Monday's Movie Minute.
For sure.
And they do phenomenal work there. I don't think they've ever had a production that wasn't awesome, but the way they do things, that's what people like to talk about too. All right, so benchmark, or make an appointment or a reminder. The paper, The Office Spin-Up, finally going to be available September 4th on Peacock. In theaters, you got Freakier Friday, My Mother's Wedding, Weapons. The sketch movie was the one that stood out to me as a great family thing. How to Train Your Dragon is still around and worth a watch. And The Wizard at ASF. And Miss Murray, we thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks. Have a great weekend.
You too.
See ya.
Okay, it is 5:46. Man, we covered a lot of ground here today.
We did.
And I still think if you're looking to appreciate, I'll give Tom Hanks credit this one time. He did a good job playing Jim Lovell in this movie. And it is one, I'm telling you, even though you know how it's going to end, they do it so well that you cannot help but choke up. Seriously. All right, 5:47. Off to the traffic dungeon where you can train your dragon.
Well, if you are headed into Wetumpka on 231, going to be smooth sailing for you. Not so much folks trying to come out of Wetumpka. We had a vehicle being towed that flipped and the bridge is blocked. They are trying to get that open, but traffic is stacking. If you're coming out of Wetumpka on 231, a real bottleneck right at the River Bridge because of that accident. Buckle up. Busy and building everywhere else. We'll keep you updated. Check out the all-new 2025 4Runners at McKinnon Toyota. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
It is sad to think there are guys in the river region who are not looking forward to the weekend because they will have time to be intimate, but are afraid of it because they're not sure that they can meet the occasion and perform. And that is a trap. It's a vicious circle. But you get so wound up, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to work. That's part of it. But what you need to know is that at Montgomery Men's Health, they not only have solutions that don't involve pills, because pills don't always work. What you need to start with is their $99 testosterone test, get the result, and then let them treat you. Low T, it's not just sexual health, it's overall wellness. It's being able to do what you want to do to get through a day like you always did and have plenty left over for fun in the evening. If there is an issue, they can treat it. But again, to repeat, at the risk of redundancy, it's not always a pill that is the solution. There are a whole array of options above and beyond that really, really work. So you can get that confidence back and enjoy life to the fullest again. So for $99, something that can change your life in many more ways than one, well worth it. And if your T level is low, guess what? They have fixes right there at Montgomery Men's Health and can begin the process of improving things for you immediately. For an appointment, call 334-440-3663, 334-440-3663, or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. And please mention my name when you call.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. When you're on your feet all day, foot pain can feel endless and overwhelming. And when your job depends on your feet, it's even more critical to have the right support. Keith's story shows how Good Feet helped him get back on track.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I had back problems. That was scary. I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet Store for over 6 years. The people at the Good Feet Store really educated me and finally convinced me to try their arch supports. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. Where I would be without them, I have no clue.
So if you're a letter carrier like Keith, or anyone who's on their feet for a living, don't wait to find relief. Visit the Good Feet Store for a free fitting and test walk today. The Good Feet Store is in Montgomery, across from the shops at East Chase. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today, or just stop by the store nearest you.
How would you like to get a half-price pizza in August at Pizza Perfect? Buy any large pizza and get a single-topping large pizza at half price. Pizza Perfect's buffet includes pizza, as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Get a one-topping large pizza for half price with the purchase of any large pizza at Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors. Your ride to freedom starts here.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Sundays are Lil Crumbs days at Riverwalk Stadium. Kids can celebrate with numerous giveaways throughout the season, including t-shirts, a home run chain, croc charms, hats, and more. And don't forget to bring your favorite furry friend for Bark in the Park on Sundays, presented by WAKA Action 8 News. Enjoy Little Crumbs giveaways at Bark of the Park only on Sundays at Riverwalk Stadium. For tickets and information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office 323-BALL.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
And now the male chauvinist pig sports report. Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. The calls will take a little longer because she'll have to ask her best friend what she thought. Yes, Major League Baseball's first female umpire is working this weekend. It's rare to see a woman behind a plate instead of serving me dinner on one. That's right, Major League Baseball's first female umpire will work this weekend. All the tough calls will be easy because they'll all be a man's fault. This has been the Male Chauvinist Pig Sports Report.
I'm liking the segment. I think I'll make it permanent. Soldier Boy, you're the last call.
Oh, wow, it's so special now. Hey, I went to see the Wizard of Oz. Great at the Shakespeare Festival. Loved it. I'd rank it number 3. But, you know, I go to the shows all the time. And, you know, the worst one was Dracula. Boring. Couldn't believe it. The funniest was that never going to matinee to see the Little Mermaid? Oh, my God. You think that movie, the show was good, but Sebastian stole the show, man. Freaking believable, man. I loved him, Sebastian. And so it was really, really, but my favorite was West Side Story. Unbelievable.
Hey, well, I'm glad you're an enthusiastic patron of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival.
Well, that's a little diamond that people just don't appreciate. You'd be surprised how many people come from Atlanta. I saw buses come in at night. I said, "Where y'all from?" "Oh, Metro Atlanta."
Years ago, we had many actors and folks from those productions in for interviews, and the prestige of performing in one of their productions makes it all the way to Broadway. That'll open doors for you if you've been in a Shakespeare Festival production.
And then another one was really good was a close-up one that you were like 2 feet away from, and that was the guy that did Paul Bear Bryant.
Yeah, you know, that's coming out as a movie on one of the streaming services.
Oh, really?
Yes, John Voight, I believe, is playing Bear Bryant.
Oh, this guy who portrayed him, he also played in West Side. So I looked at my friends, I was like, he looks familiar. He said, yeah, he was in West Side Story. I'm like, oh. I said, okay. I said, this guy's multi-talented. But the story was so cool because you're like 2 or 3 feet away.
Yeah.
I forgot what they call it, the Matrix, or it's below the building.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got to run, though, because we are flat out of time. Thank you for your call. All righty. You just have one last traffic update with Skipper, and then it's adios. los muchachos.
Well, we still have trouble on the River Bridge, Highway 231, just past Redland Road. We had a vehicle being towed that flipped, and the bridge is shut down at this point. They are trying to get some traffic open there, but a lot of folks are just sitting bumper to bumper. If you were coming out of Montgomery or Redland Road to 231 into Montgomery, maybe avoid that and go a different route. Everywhere else, we're still busy. Interstates, boulevards around Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. We will keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, up to $7,000 off select new Nissans. Sentras and Altimas financing as low as 3.9%. 2025 Frontiers as low as 1.9%. Drive McKenna Nissan exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Whittle J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
One story, not a whole lot of information available. Active shooter at Emory University in Atlanta. We know a cop's been hurt, but we have no more details on that one. On behalf of my co-host, Pamela Dubuque, my co-host, sidekick, Eddie Vader's sidekick, Ellen Murray, and Jacqueline at the very beginning. Thanks for tuning in. See you bright and early Monday morning with Rich and Jay and that difficult hurt.
Adios, muchachos.